Hey, what's up? This is Joe Weber from Donut Media, and I'm so excited for this first episode of Talk Nation. In fact, I was so excited I forgot to introduce myself, so that's what I'm doing right now. This was such a fun interview to do. If you find yourself enjoying it, be sure to hit like and subscribe so we can do more of these. So without further ado, here's my conversation with Weston and Garrett. I am not in LA right now because I'm being hosted by my very gracious hosts and my first guests ever on the pod. We got Weston and Garrett Champlin. Champlin.
Yeah, you got it close enough.
We are
no worries. Most people mess it up. It's a hard one to say. Don't worry.
Like champion.
Yeah, you say champion. That's good.
I literally just asked you 1 second ago how to pronounce it, and I still got it wrong.
Yeah, that's all right.
You guys, thank you so much for having me in Kansas. It's frigid right now. I'm freezing my ass off.
So we built this.
Not outside, by the way.
Not outside. In here. We built this podcast set, and we're like, yeah, this is awesome because we're going to start doing podcasts. And we're going to launch all that, and that's going to be great. And then we're like, you know what? We'll just use our set. And then we forgot to turn the heat on. So I'm sorry, it's 38 degrees in here currently because the heat hasn't been on this building in like a month. So
either that or we forgot to pay the heat bill.
You know, gas is expensive. Anyway.
That's not even a joke. I got like a $3,000 bill. Like it went up 300% like last year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, so we are in your new podcast studio. You haven't launched yet, but soon?
So
cool.
We filmed a couple episodes, but the thing is, we're really, really good at talking, but we're not sure we're interesting. So we filmed a couple episodes that are actually really good. I'm really happy with them, and we're going to film a couple more, and then we're just going to start releasing them.
Is it just you guys?
It's us. We'll have guests on, people we think that are interesting, you know.
Cool.
Bigfoot if we can find them.
We're trying to get our mayor.
Oh, the
that'd be
mayor
awesome.
would be sick.
Our mayor. Our small town mayor.
You guys grew up in Winfield, right?
Yeah.
Born and bred here. What is it, like 30,000 people, 40,000 people?
Oh, dude, not even 10, 12.
Oh, man. So you probably know everyone here.
Oh, well, most people know us. Most people know us in a good way or bad way. But we got a Walmart. They just remodeled it and stuff. So it's nice. But no, yeah, it's like 12,000 people. Then there's another town down the street that's like 10,000 people.
Is that Derby?
Derby's actually the other way. No, Arc City's the other one that's 10,000 people. But Derby's like 30 minutes away. And
okay.
It's probably 40 or 50,000 people. It's pretty sized.
But we weren't. The thing is, Winfield is actually like civilization. We grew up out in the country.
Oh, yeah.
So there's nobody around.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
you didn't grow up in Winfield proper. You were like out on in the sticks a little
We
bit?
grew up in
Not very many sticks. Fields.
a lot
We
of
out in
fields.
fields.
We were at a lot of fields. But there's a little town called Burden. Technically, that's where we were in between Winfield and Burden.
Mhm.
There on the farm. There's kind of where we grew up. But
So you grew up on a farm.
oh yeah.
You did a lot of did you help your dad a lot with the tractor and stuff?
So my mom ran horses, and she would have like at her peak, she had like 150 horses.
Holy crap.
And then my dad, he ran trucks, and he was a cowboy, and he would ranch and things like that. And then as kind of time went on, I was a lot younger to really remember this. Garrett got the full experience, but then we ended up moving to town after we kind of got a little older, and it was so different because for whenever you're out in the country, whenever you're on the farm, there's like 3 million things that always need done.
There's always something to do.
Yeah.
And you never said you're bored. Because it's like, oh, you want to paint the fence? You want to weed eat? You need to go worm the cattle? Like, always something to go do.
If you like saying you're bored is like a cardinal sin. You don't do it because it's like if you ever mentioned you were even thinking about maybe saying you were bored, it's like,
yeah.
I'll go get the weed eater. You're going to weed eat the entire fence. That'll work. Oh, we got to go feed this. We got to go do this. We got to go mow. We got to go fix the fence. We got to go do that.
Yeah.
So you never, like, that was like, I still cringe to this day when somebody's like, I'm bored. I'm like,
Yeah, go live on a farm.
yeah.
I grew up in like a big Italian family in Milwaukee, and my cousins owned a restaurant. So I was always in there like washing dishes or whatever. We had a saying, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. So it's not a farm because there's, not that much to do, but I always kind of romanticize
child labor. You know what I mean?
You know what's really bad is if they ran out of things to do, they literally like, okay, here's a field. Go pick up all the rocks.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just like stuff that doesn't have to be done.
So then,
they would
people will be like, how's your day going? Or that's so off. I'm like, yeah, it's not as bad as picking up rocks.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, 150 horses though, like that's a lot of petting too. Like you can you can just get lost in the horse stables for a while, right?
No,
Well,
they stayed outside.
Most of them all stayed outside, but they were like
shit.
thoroughbreds and like quarter horses, and they were like old race horses and all
These
that.
are like working horses.
Well, yeah, they were. And then my mom ended up, she got cancer. And then,
I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's all right. She's still around. She's tough as nails.
Okay.
But she got cancer. And then there was like some stuff that happened with the family. You know, families get in arguments all the time. And so
That is like a very big side.
there's a
You
very,
can't go into the
very,
whole
very
thing.
big story there. And we do not have enough time this next week to explain it. But long story short, they all got in an argument. So mom ended up moving to town and then all the horses got sold.
Oh,
So there's like still like 3 or 4 left over, and they just kind of roam around.
yeah.
They're just out there. They're having a good time.
Those are big horses too, like quarter horses.
Weston rode one of them.
Yeah, not very far.
He had to get a bucket to get on.
Yeah, I had to get a bucket to get on.
And then when he wanted to get off, he was screaming at me.
Garrett, get over here.
Don't you mess around. Stop messing around. Get over here now.
Get over here now. I want to get off this damn thing.
So growing up together, you guys were like inseparable.
Oh, yeah.
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 Just always kind of
We
working
did
in the fields together.
Everything together. Literally everything together.
That's awesome.
We still do everything together.
What's the age difference?
6
I
years.
can't count that, huh? What? How old am I?
Is this a secret?
No, it is 6 years. It is 6. Think about it. No, yeah, 6 years. He's 6 years older than I am.
So you were kind of the babysitter for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Didn't do a very good job.
And
No. The thing is that it was just always this thing where it's just like, keep Weston out of trouble. Keep Weston out of trouble. I'm like, you can't do that.
It can't be done.
No,
He gets
no.
in trouble all the time. But no, like we've literally always done everything together.
that's
and then
awesome.
There was at a point where, you know, our backstory is like pretty interesting, but it's a long story and I'm not going to really get into it. But long story short, like a long time ago, me and Garrett realized, damn, life thing is really, really hard.
Yeah.
So we combined every dollar we had, every resource we had. I had a truck, he had a car, and then we started our company. Then this was like predating YouTube.
We didn't have a whole lot of money.
We didn't have a whole lot.
We both had 500.
I'm pretty sure I had 750. I'm pretty sure I was doing well, but like yeah, we didn't have much money.
The thing
Yeah.
was is that we figured we would just combined everything and put all of our efforts towards, you know, just a unified goal. And that, you know, essentially we didn't have anything. So if we had something to fight over in the end, then that'd be a good problem to have.
Yeah. That's
Right.
awesome.
We ain't got nothing to fight about.
So no contract was written up. You're just kind of like,
Nah.
But also there doesn't need to be any sort of contract because it's just like that would never be the case.
yeah, that's
You know?
awesome. That's awesome to have that kind of trust
Yeah.
with your business partner and have it be a family member too.
The thing is that like being broke and poor is a bond that you just doesn't get
Yeah.
broken together.
And you know,
when you got that kind of bond, it's like being in the army.
yeah,
One
and
time-
it never leaves you.
It never does.
Yeah,
So it's just like that thing where like no one, like, you know, as time goes on, will be able to understand you on that level that when you were broke, you know,
Yep.
and that
Dude,
like all
no
the
one-
struggle and the
no
bad things that
understanding.
happen that, you know, Weston literally has had like a bag of potatoes stolen from him walking home from the grocery
All right,
store.
you're gonna bring that up.
what?
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta hear this.
I was like probably 9.
Yeah.
We had no money, like absolutely no money at all. And this was even before we started company, anything. My mom had cancer. She was in and out of the ICU all the time. So she wasn't always there. Not that she didn't want to be. She wanted to be, but she couldn't be. You know what I mean?
couldn't.
So there was times where things got really, really tight. And I remember at this point, me and Garrett were staying at the house and I'd walk down to the Save-A-Lot to get a bag of potatoes. And I'm walking back. And as I'm walking back, there's a bunch of guys standing around the front of an apartment. They're like, yo, what are you doing with the bag of potatoes? I'm like, I'm going home. He's like, no, get me them potatoes. So he took my bag of potatoes. I'm like 9. So what am I going to do? What,
Dude.
like, it wasn't really a robbery. He's like, give them here. And I'm like, okay. And I hand them to him.
I'm like, where's the potatoes?
And I get home and Garrett's like, where's the potatoes at? I'm like, and I didn't want to tell him that like somebody took my bag of potatoes. So I'm
Oh,
just like,
no.
I thought he took the money and like went to Sonic or something.
yeah, he was like so mad.
Where's
He's like-
mine?
He's like, did you get something from Sonic? What happened? I didn't tell him like years later what happened.
This was in we lived in Oklahoma City at this time. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we lived in Oklahoma City. We lived in like off of, well, if you've ever been to Oklahoma City, it's off Council Road and down there. And it's like not the best part of town. So it's not unbelievable to think somebody take your
I think they're
bag of potatoes.
gentrifying it down there though.
Dude,
They're
how are you
getting
gonna-
after it.
Yeah, it's nicer.
How are you gonna rob a 9-year-old for potatoes? That's f***ed up.
Dude, we had nothing. Like, so
He
mom
probably
did,
was like, I'm making that kid have some character in his life.
yeah, it's like that kid's gonna be
One day he might be famous and he might tell this story on a podcast.
One day that kid's gonna be funny because of me, and I took his potatoes. But no, that's Like that was like a really, really sucky moment.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, that
yeah, it really did. But what really sucked about it is the reason I was going to go get potatoes is because you could at the time you could buy a bag of potatoes for $3.
Yeah.
And we didn't have much money. We had like $10. So I went down and bought a bag of potatoes for the $3. And I come back, didn't have the potatoes, so we don't have much food. So all we had was this big jar of popcorn. Like if you had like a commercial grade amount of popcorn. And there was a popcorn machine in the house. So we like ate popcorn for like 4 days until mom got out of the hospital and could bring us some money.
Just malnourished with like the worst farts on earth.
Oh man.
We lost weight.
Yeah, we did. We lost. We were fat. You know what? And I've been battling to never get that skinny again. I've been doing a damn good job.
We have been winning the battle with anorexia. Like it's been a massacre.
one cheeseburger at a time. We've been doing great with it. But no. And then after that, so like later on, after we moved back from Oklahoma City, because we moved from the farm to town, moved to Oklahoma City, moved back.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of when me and Garrett decided to combine everything. And then we started a company and we started doing like stuff with cars.
What was it at first? Was it just an auto body shop or?
So we started off
just
cutting
garage
firewood.
Yeah, we started off cutting firewood.
Oh shit.
Firewood. So we went out. There was a little bit of property that we had access to that we could go cut firewood. And so we had chainsaws. We'd go and cut it all down. And then the only problem is we got it all on the ground. We got to go split it because otherwise you get more money out of it.
Do you want to know how much a log splitter is when you have no money? A lot.
One of those just like hydraulic ones that
We had to rent it.
So we had to rent it, and we had enough money. We got together and we rented one, and we rented it on Friday. Because if you rent it on Friday, you don't get charged for Saturday and Sunday.
Oh shit!
We rented on Friday, and we had 20 ricks of wood sitting on the ground. And the thing is, take in mind,
it's snowing.
It's
and we're
snowing.
out there.
It's like January, and we were cutting up hedge trees, which hedge trees are nuisance trees. So people would give us hedge trees as much as we wanted because I was just ready to be rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut them up, and then we'd split it, and then we'd have to let it sit so it dry out, and then we could sell it. Anyway, we're out there, and we rent this thing on Friday, and there's 20 ricks of wood, maybe 25 ricks of wood on the ground. And we're like, well, we can't do all this in a day. So we ran it for 72 hours straight.
Oh my God.
Like I would split firewood, then Garrett would split firewood, then I'd go back to splitting firewood in the headlights of the truck when it got dark.
And then Weston was like reaching down there, going past the governor.
Yeah, I reached down and grabbed
because we got some real big logs.
We got this big old hedge tree log on there that's about this big. And this log split is ready to rate something like this. And I reached down there and it's got like a little like Predator, like Honda motor on it. And I grabbed the governor. I'm like,
they had literally just taken like delivery of this the day we came in there and rented it.
Oh my God.
And they came back and the paint was like off.
That's insane.
But like we got our money's worth.
It got so hot throughout the night of us running it, it melted the paint off the hydraulic tank.
That's insane.
And
you want to know the worst part of it though? Somebody came and stole our firewood.
No.
Yes. I was so
You think it was a potato guy?
Probably. That guy. Mr. Potato Guy. He's a terrible man.
It like haunted me for like a week. I was so freaking
They
pissed.
took all of it?
They took like 3/4 of our firewood.
Dude, that's bullshit.
And then one day I burst open the door and I'm like, Weston, I've got a freaking idea.
So you want to hear what Garrett's idea was to how to catch the firewood thieves?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's like, we're going to put more firewood out there. And we're going to hide 10 sticks of dynamite and random pieces of firewood.
Oh, you're going to like Mark Rober it.
Oh, yeah. And this was in like 2016, 2015, like maybe 2014. And he's like, and then we're going to watch the news for whose chimney blows off their house.
Oh, my God. Oh, you're going to put it in the wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's genius.
So whenever
that's
they start
evil.
to burn it, boof.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it and I'm like, what if he sold it to somebody? No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And then also the other problem I thought about too is I'm like, we're already broke. How am I going to afford dynamite?
But we ended up, after that happened, we put our firewood in a little safer location. And then after about the 4th time that we melted the paint off the tank of their log splitter, they wouldn't rent us a log splitter anymore.
No.
But I mean, we
delivered it. No,
we'd split wood, we'd deliver it. So I had this like gray trailer.
150 put up in the backyard.
150 a rick put up in the backyard. We'd stack in your backyard on your rick. On
Dude,
your
We were
That's a good
Redneck
deal.
Amazon.
Yeah, we were Jeff Bezos at the firewood.
Dude,
department,
I mean, like, that's the kind of shit you do when you're hungry.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, dude.
We got filled
Yeah.
up now.
Yeah, we were hungry. No, it was wild. But I remember like we drove to Wichita with 10 ricks of wood on a trailer and came back with like $1,200. And we still had a couple ricks left over. I'm like, God dang, Garrett. God dang, we are rocking and rolling. And then we took the money from firewood, started buying and selling cars. And I remember the first truck I ever bought to like buy and sell or do anything with.
Huh.
Oh God, this thing was junk.
Dude.
It was a junk heap. And it was an extended cab Chevrolet, gray, ugly.
Wood bed.
They'd taken the bed
Not
off.
very
It
nice
had
either.
a wood bed on it and had a bad fuel pump. And the reason why it had a wood bed is because it had been rear-ended and it was a salvage title, but he didn't tell us that when we bought it.
Oh my God.
So we paid too much for the salvage title truck.
no.
But the title was like, it was like folded over, and the way they handed it to us, which it's our fault, we should have folded and looked at it, but it was like we didn't even know it was salvage.
Hey,
until
we
got
were wet behind the ears. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, he's
So-
conveniently eating like a sloppy Joe while he's handing it to you.
Yeah, he's like,
oops.
But what he did is he folded the title exactly where it said salvage.
Oh shit.
So you didn't see unless you opened it all the way up. And I'm
But
like,
then if you were like holding it like this, yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's
long
actually
story-
pretty smart.
Yeah. Well, we found out we bought a bed to put on it
Yeah.
and tried to put a bed on it and it wouldn't fit because the frame was bent.
Mhm.
So I ended up like putting a bed on it. I straightened the frame back out with a come along and a tree. And
Is this just like shit you learned on the farm, or did you work at a garage?
no, I never worked anywhere.
So you just- this
I
is
never
all-
worked at any garage. I never went to school for automotive. I never
Weston
went
was like literally like a genius at cars, like from a very young age. Like there is somewhere where there's like Weston at like 8 or 9 years old, and mom has like an old truck on the farm, and Weston's telling her how it runs and how to fix it.
Wow.
Like he was just like, for some reason, he was like
Proud of them.
obsessed with like, as soon as he got a computer, he was just like Googling all this stuff.
Holy crap.
And then just out of nowhere, just like knew all of it.
wow.
found
Like
this
there's
thing
people
called
around
YouTube.
us that there's people around us who were like really, you know, like savvy when it came to that. And I remember like old timers coming around, and it's just like, don't tell him. But God, he's so advanced for his age. Like even when he was like 16.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get a big head.
That's so
but he's
funny.
just like, he's way, way beyond his years. Like, and so like,
Yeah,
they,
don't
like,
encourage him.
Yeah.
He's really
No.
smart, but don't let him know.
don't let him know.
Don't let them know. No, the thing is, I love to know how things worked.
Yeah.
I wanted so badly to understand how some work because I would get in the car as a kid and I would see they turn the key and I'm like, what makes it does what it does?
That like as a parent, that is one thing that I hope my kid is curious about everything. Cause that is like what is going to propel you to go outside of your comfort zone and learn and like kind of like stretch your brain. And I really appreciate seeing that in people. And
Yeah.
it's such a cool trait.
You don't see it very often. Like I thought it was just normal. I thought people were just curious about things. But,
Yeah.
Um,
Some people just don't give a shit about anything.
no, they're just like, bro, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I turn the key, the thing rips. You
I
know?
don't know. Yeah.
That's what
Well,
happened.
also the way that you actually, the real motivation behind it was that there was, what was that car that you wanted to get started, but you couldn't, or was it a lawnmower or something you wanted to get started, and you called dad every day.
Oh, so my first truck I ever had, right?
Yeah.
I
This was the
this was-
wood one? Or
This one
No,
here,
no.
that was one of the first
that
one we
was
ever
the
flipped.
first. That was the first one we ever flipped.
Oh, okay.
But the first truck I ever
To
had.
finish, if you want to finish up that story first. and
Yeah,
then-
Oh,
wait.
yeah, let me
Did
finish.
you
Let
did
me-
you
So that was
like
our
bring
first
it back
flip.
up from salvage?
Oh, dude. So I straightened out the bed, or I straightened out the frame. I took and put a new fuel pump in it. I did like 2 weeks worth of work to this thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I turned around, I sold it to a farmer over in southeastern Kansas, and he came and he gave me $900 profit. And I'm like, God dang it, we can make money with cars? What?
Dude, do you know how big of a come up that is from after having to go do
Oh,
all the
yeah.
firewood and then splitting it, cutting it, and then delivering it for 150, and then like I could buy a car and fix it a little bit, then
Hell
make
yeah.
900. Oh my god, we're gonna be-
And I worked so hard on that truck too. But eventually, we got it and sold it and made money on it, and then we just kind of start going from there. But even going back to the story you were talking about, like how I started on like figuring things out is my grandma, when I was living on the farm, she'd got this truck for $20 from the guy at the trailer park.
What?
And he just didn't want it. He'd bought a new truck and he's like, oh yeah, you're going to buy it for him? Yeah, sure. I'll take $20 for it.
What's even the point of
It wa-
exchanging money at that point?
Grandma was actually kind of smooth with it.
My grandma was smooth with it. She's like, this is,
It's a junk car, and she's like, "Well, would you take a junk price?"
Yeah, that's exactly what
Dude,
happened.
that's grandma
She
smooth right
walked
there.
up there,
Yeah.
and the guy was like, "It's just a junk truck." And he's like, "Well, would you take a junk price?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she reached in her pocket, and she had $20.
Oh man,
And she's like, "Would you take $20 for it?" Well, yeah, if you guys haul it out of here.
that's cool.
And it was a 1988 Toyota pickup,
Oh,
5-speed 22 RE. It was like the holy grail of Toyota pickups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it ended up getting like accidentally crushed, but I'm so sad.
what?
Yeah.
I'm a way to jump to the end of the story.
But for years I had this thing around. It was like my first thing I ever got to mess around with or joke around with or like work on or anything like that. But it didn't run. So at the time, my mom and dad are split. My dad, he's out on the road driving truck. My mom's still there, and I would just call dad, like call him at like 12 o'clock. I'm like, hey, I got this truck. It don't start, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know, 7 or 8. I'm not very old. And like, I didn't even know how to drive a manual. Yeah. So I'm like, well, once I get it started, I'll figure that out. Anyway, so I call him like, it don't start. He's like, did you try putting starting fluid in the engine? And I'm like, where do I put it? And he's like, there'll be a tube with an air filter. You take the air filter out, spray it in. I'm like, okay. I go back out, and I crank on, and I try that, and I'm like, oh, it started. I go back in. I'm like, that worked. What do I do next?
and you're 8 years old at this point.
Oh, dude, it gets wild. Like I was like, my grandma taught me how to use a phone, and I would get on the phone, and I'd figure out all kinds of stuff. And I ended up, my dad ran out. Like my dad was. He's really, really good rancher. But the thing he knows how to do with a wrench is use it to hammer on stuff. So he's like, I don't know, Wooster, I don't know what you do with it. So I ended up calling the guy that runs the mechanic shop down west of town. And his name's Jimbo. He's got a glorious mustache, by the way.
Of course his name is Jimbo.
It's like one of those things you need to mention.
You should go actually interview him next.
Yeah, you should go interview him next.
I'm not even kidding. That's a great idea.
He's a funny dude.
No, really.
Yeah, he's a good interview.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, hell yeah.
He talks about how he caught a mountain lion out here.
What? He roped a mountain lion.
But the way he tells it, he does it with his mustache and his eyes, and he does like this facial. It's just so
I got there and that mountain lion.
I'm gonna get him on our phone.
Jimbo?
Yeah, Jimbo was funny. But anyway, I called Jimbo and I'm like, hey, I got to Toyota pickup. It won't start. I put starting foot in it. It does start. And he's like, well, it sounds like your fuel pump's not working. I'm like, okay, what do I do? And he's like, well, you need to get your fuel pump working. So I took from that and I started Googling how to make fuel pumps work. And then I'm a kid out there with wire nuts, twisting the wires together for the fuel pump. And I got a toggle switch from Walmart, and I ended up hot wiring the fuel pump, and I got it to run, and it ran like that for probably 8-10 years till I parked.
That's insane.
It was crazy. But the thing is like that's kind of how I started. So I worked on that, and then the radiator blew up. So I figured out how JB welded worked. And I mean, I'll tell you what, I was a hell of a welder. I could JB weld anything together.
At 8 years old?
I was probably a little older then. I think it was probably like a year or two later, maybe. I don't know. No, I think it was actually after that because I was there. That was probably about 8. Because right after that happened is when we moved to town.
Like if they wrote your story into a movie, people would be like, no way.
Dude,
you don't even know that.
You don't even know that. I could not write a more interesting book or story if I tried to make one up. Like there's nothing that would be more interesting than exactly what happened. It was so wild the way it all transpired. But yeah, long story short, I always just loved vehicles. I loved how they worked and how they didn't work. And then
so you love the engineering part of it.
He definitely knows that it didn't work part.
I knew the didn't work part a lot. But anyway.
So you loved like the engineering and like the mystery of how it actually worked.
Mm-hmm.
What were your guys' first, like, what made you fall in love with cars? What models?
You know, the thing is, when you're in the middle of nowhere, the only way you have freedom is a car.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's not like when you live in town, like you could walk somewhere. You're not walking anywhere when town's 10 miles away.
Yeah.
So you have to have a car. So I always just loved cars because I'm like, I thought they were so interesting. And I watched Dukes of Hazzard a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And
General Lee.
I loved the General Lee. Like I was a massive Dukes of Hazzard fan. And then I loved Fast and Furious. So I loved the 68 Chargers, 68, 69 Chargers, 70 Chargers. I loved them so much. And then I remember looking at eBay when I was like 10, 12 years old. And at them times, you could buy like a nice General Lee for like $8,000.
Yeah.
Like a nice one.
That was like before everything blew up.
Now you couldn't touch one for 60.
No.
You know what I mean? And so I wanted one so bad, but I'm like, well, I'm never going to be able to afford one of those. So I humbled my expectations down to a Chevy pickup. And then I got to my Chevy pickup, and it was just like, it was a means for me to like run around and actually be able to go places and do stuff.
Yeah.
And my grandma actually did some wheeling and dealing on my first pickup. So the Toyota.
Yeah, smooth grandma strikes again.
My grandma was a deal maker.
Grandma was a deal maker. Grandma was about it. She
was about the deal. We come by it, honestly. It's the blood.
She was about the deal. She was really about it.
If Facebook Marketplace.
Oh
man.
God. It would have been terrible. If she'd ever got on that, it would have been terrible.
Oh, game over.
But the Toyota I had, right? I had that when I was really young.
Mm-hmm.
And then it never left the farm. Like I would drive it down the gravel road. It'd stay around the farm, but it never had a tag. It never drove it down the highway, anything like that. So the first time it actually comes down to me getting a truck, I got this old vet truck, and the vet in town owned it, and he was selling it.
Oh, that's what I was like. What is a vet truck? It's like a truck.
It was a truck
owned by a vet.
It was a truck that had like a back bumper with ties to tie up horses, and still have it, by the way.
Oh shit!
Is that like heated water in it stuff too?
Yeah, it had heated water in it, and it had a sink, and it had a utility box on the back, and it had a refrigerator in it to keep like.
That's a great first truck. Holy
Dude,
shit! You could take that camping. You could take that on a road trip.
I had 180.
Lots of baling wire. So
lots of baling.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so much.
The reason why he got rid of it is he hit a cow with it.
Oh,
He was going down the highway. He hit a cow with it, and it was all smashed up, sitting beside the vet's office.
In case you're wondering, by the way, almost every car he's going to tell a story about, we have all of them.
yeah. I was gonna ask. You had mentioned before the cameras were rolling, but you guys literally have every car that you've ever bought, minus a couple here and there. But
We got like attachment issues.
We have attachment to a Max. I still like the only one I don't have is I don't have that Toyota pickup because it accidentally got smashed. But I have every single vehicle that we've ever filmed a YouTube video with. We still have it.
And you said that was like over 100.
Oh, dude! If you counted all of them, it's like if you counted junk cars and cars that run and cars that could run one day and cars that still don't run, we probably have like close to 200.
Cars that used to be cars.
Jeez.
The cars that used to be cars. We have some cars that are now couches. You know, there's
Wow. Do you have like in other walks of life? Do you have other collections? Like, do you have pencil collections or some other shit at home?
No,
No,
Camera
it's just
collection.
cars.
Garrett,
Camera.
Garrett loves cameras.
I love cameras.
Garrett likes cameras. Garrett likes stuff to make really, really, really cool media. He's always been about that.
So just for anyone who doesn't know, Garrett is like the brains behind the production behind Weston's channel. And you started just filming Weston.
Basically, we
working on
started,
stuff?
This guy,
Yeah.
this guy is like, so I'm good when it comes to cars.
Yeah.
I am nothing compared to how much of a genius he is whenever it comes to media, YouTube, making YouTube videos
gosh.
about any of it. Like, I don't want to say too much. He'll get a big head. But the thing that's funny about it's a massive hit. Garrett made YouTube videos back in like 2010.
Really?
And he was partnered in YouTube and all that.
Damn.
But then he got out of it because me and him started our business. And like at the time, like you just like, you have to go on to real world. You know what I mean? You got to kind of move on to the real world.
Well,
and
at
start
that
doing
point, YouTube is so young and this is not even like a market at that
well, the thing
point.
is, you couldn't make a living with it at all.
Yeah.
Like the thing was, like, I had friends that were like, they were getting 10 million views a month and they made like, $4,000.
Jeez.
Like they were like absolutely crushing it. And you're like, there's like not a career in YouTube at this point because it's like, it was so early. So I had to go find something else. But making YouTube videos was like absolutely my biggest passion in life that I loved more than anything. I liked it so much.
You want to talk
And,
about
like,
me with cars? That was him with YouTube.
Yes.
He
And like I
loved it.
I liked editing YouTube videos. I liked thinking about it. Like I liked everything about it. And then my favorite thing was uploading the video and then seeing it like go live. And
Yeah.
everything like it's just
Getting
it's
the,
not like anything.
Engagement.
Yes. And so, we
We
had to stop. And then obviously we were broke. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to. I can't do YouTube. That's what I really love. That's what I really want to do. But that's not what we're gonna do. So me and Weston, we started doing the Firewood, and then from there we start into our car business, and we do really, really well with the car business. It's like skipping ahead a little bit in our story, but eventually, like we're doing our car business, and we've actually we did like 120. We sold 120 cars.
Wow.
So
you guys are hustling.
129
Yeah.
units our first year.
Yeah, we did. We had
That's
a dealership.
like car every 3 days.
Yeah, like
Wow.
we're doing
Yeah.
really, really good. And then
Tired. Very tired. But when you're working, like you're just like you're locked in, you're about it.
Yeah, you're in the zone.
But I'd always just wanted to get back into doing YouTube videos. And I started seeing some other automotive YouTubers that were making videos. And I was watching them, and then I'm like, Weston, come here and watch this. And he's like, oh yeah.
Long story short, I always wanted to do YouTube videos too. I'm like, dude, I think it'd be cool to do YouTube videos. But when you're not super confident in the idea, so you don't want to really just bring it up. You know what you're like? I'm like, oh, Garrett's gonna think that's stupid. So
and obviously I had all the experience in YouTube.
So me and Garrett sat down one day and we were watching YouTube videos, and people were doing on YouTube the same thing we did for work every day.
Yeah.
Buying cheap stuff, fixing it up, turning it around, selling it, just showing how to make a deal and how to buy cars and how to fix stuff and things like that. And then I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. I'd love to make YouTube videos. And me and Garrett had a conversation, and Garrett's like, okay, we'll make YouTube videos.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, really? He's like, yeah. And then from that day to, what was it? What was the stats? You remember?
I think it was a little over like 100 days, or around the 100-day mark, we had 100,000 subs.
That's amazing.
It was the perfect combo because I could do everything when it comes to like actual cars, like putting stuff together, fixing stuff, buying cars, whatever it was. Garrett would help me with that. And then whenever it come to actually making YouTube video, trying to think about how we're going to film it or filming it or editing it or anything about YouTube or anything of that nature, like he was a genius in his own right. So it was like the perfect yin and yang that we could take and put together, and we was able to pull it off because like at that time, we would sit there and we'd film a YouTube video, and I was terrible on camera. Like I was probably okay, but I wasn't that, like I was not doing very well.
You're not who you are today.
He wasn't. The thing was, is he was always like really, really funny. He just wasn't confident.
Yeah,
when he got in front of the camera,
and
it's tough.
Granted, it is really awkward when you're first like, all right, so I just like stare at the camera. And, you know, like when you're
it's
first
easier
getting,
like when you like, you'll notice this on YouTube too. But like, there's like a thing of like if you have somebody else you're doing it with, or a brother, or like even like you ever notice like
someone
there's like a lot of twins that are like are really successful on YouTube, and I've always thought it's just because there's two people there, and it just makes it so much easier.
Yeah, because
know?
It's like if it's just you talking to the camera, it's a void. Yeah, and you don't like. Eventually, there's people on the other side of it, but it's hard to tool your brain to think like, oh, I'm in a theater right now, and there's a million people watching what I'm doing right now.
You don't understand. The thing is like, you just don't understand what's going on the other side.
Yeah,
and then also it's also way easier if you like I'm filming him and like he's saying something. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is good.
You'd be like, that's funny. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then he's like, stop saying stop doing all these damn words.
So you're getting active notes like as you're filming.
Oh, dude, like without a doubt, he 100% pushed me in the way that I need to go. And like I wasn't very confident on camera. So it was always one of those things of like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. And I remember you told me something and I'm like, damn, that's good. That's a good quote. And I can't remember what you said.
Don't pretend to be somebody else because it's too hard to pretend to be somebody else.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. He's like, don't just be yourself because it's hard to pretend to be someone else.
I think that's a great little nugget to hold on to, because like I'll watch your channel and I'm like, if I met this dude, this is who he is. And I think the authenticity is what really like keeps people coming back and keeps people like attached to you. And I think that's what you guys do really well on your channel.
That was the other thing too, is I was also like telling him like when we first started, I'm like, here's the thing, right? Like if we do the YouTube channel, you're just gonna have to be prepared for us to like spend 2 or 3 years just not getting any views.
Yeah.
At all. Like just making videos to nobody watching. And, you know, eventually somebody might watch, maybe. And obviously
he was trying to keep my hopes down.
Yeah.
You don't want a big head.
Yeah. I didn't want to get into it. And then like, you know, we're about to do something. And then like, he's like, I just don't want to keep going. I'm like, you know, we're making it because like we really wanted to make it.
Yeah. It's like a process.
It wasn't even about like, obviously we wanted a result, but the result wasn't like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The biggest thing was like, we want to make a cool video.
Yeah.
And then once we kind of got getting a couple subscribers, like a couple thousand, he's like, well, you know, you think about telling people we're doing this YouTube channel? And then I said, no, they'll find out about it.
Yeah. They'll find out about it. Because I was like, I'm like, should we tell anybody that we're doing this or anything like that?
Like your friends?
Like friends or family? Like anybody in town?
I don't know. Like I had like since I'd done it before, I had such a confidence of like, I know get like to this level, but I'm like, no, we're going to do something.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be something that people know about.
Well, if you think about like just how much crap there is on there.
Yeah.
Like all you have to do is like put a quality product out there.
Yeah.
Be authentic, and then you can rise above this, and then people will find it organically. And I think you guys really found your audience very quickly. Like, so what year was the first upload?
2019. I remember the first person that said anything to Weston, like us in public, is we'd went to a casino and Weston had this thing where he was trying to get an engine out for like 3 or 4 hours, and it just would not come out.
I forgot about this.
It flew out, like it just flung out.
Yeah,
and he's like,
"We got it.
We relieved it.
Oh, that's what I said.
we relieved it." And then we went to a casino, and we went to a casino, and somebody
does love a little gambling every once in a while.
Who doesn't?
Anyway.
And there was a guy from across the room who's like screamed, "We believed it."
That's fun.
Take in
And
mind,
so-
this video had like 1,000 views, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
And like,
Had no
it didn't have hardly
No, I
any
think it had
views.
like 10 or 20, like a couple tens of thousands.
Did it?
That's
Yeah, like-
still such an
Yeah.
awesome moment, though.
Yeah.
The first time you get like, because you know the internet is a flat plane. Like
Mhm.
everyone's equal, and someone from India could have seen your video and like commented and
Mm.
been like, "Oh, I like this shit." But to be in public and have someone come up to you and do that, it really sets in at that point, right?
Oh, dude, it was surreal. It was actually really weird. I'm like,
Well,
So when we started to
was he there when we did it? Like, what happened? Oh wait, he wants a video? Okay.
so when we really first got going, also COVID like kicked off,
yeah,
right? So then we're just like, okay, we're just gonna stay in our garage, we're gonna build things, we're gonna do things
yeah,
around here, and like things like we really start to get to rolling, and like you're just like in the middle of it, just like making videos and trying to make the best product you
Oh my
can.
God, I forgot
And
about
then like we didn't leave Winfield or go anywhere, and obviously everyone's staying indoors. So then like the first time we went anywhere, just like everywhere we went, people were like, "Weston, can I get a photo, Weston?"
That's
and like
so cool.
And so it went from
It
like
was
nothing.
so weird because everyone knew who we were here.
Yeah.
And Weston's like, "You talking about me?
Anyway,
Where do I know you from?"
everyone already knew us here because like it's a small town. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Everybody's like, "Oh, there's Weston."
Everyone's
Like, they-
famous in small town.
Everyone's famous here. Anyway, so for good and bad reasons. Anyway, long story short, we did exactly that. We never left town. We just built stuff. We made videos,
Yeah.
and they started blowing up, and they started doing really, really well. And you never really see the consequences or like the symptoms
Yeah.
of that. And then we ended up went to Texas for something. We bought a new truck or bought a new car that we had to go pick up. Like, well, by new, I mean it was crashed, but you know, good deal.
New to us.
It was new to us. And we got down
And we
there-
were happy.
we got down there to get it, and we pulled into this Buc-ee's, and we get out, and I walk inside, and it's like, "Weston, dude, can I get a photo?" I'm like, "Do I know you? Like, yeah, have I met you?" And I forgot your name. And he's like,
Wow.
"No, I watch your videos." And then I got recognized like 4 times in that Buc-ee's,
Wow.
and I walk back out. I'm like, "Garrett, I don't want to say anything, but I think we might." I think the people at Buc-ee's really like our videos.
Yeah.
Like, and it was really, really cool because like we just it was so sudden. It was
That's
such a
awesome.
sudden line.
Yeah.
Because we
Of-
were like also like because we were making videos for years at that point too, leading up to that. But we never went anywhere because like there was nowhere to go. They're like, go out, go outside. Can't go in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like you're out in the middle of nowhere. You
So
know what?
you have another moment, almost like you like when you sold all the wood. We were like, yeah, like
Yeah.
this is actually something.
It
that
was
can-
so funny because the comment section, like obviously we're just in a small town, so we're just like doing our thing in the country out at my grandma's garage. But then they're like, the Westen Champlin universe isn't affected by COVID.
They're like, does it just not exist there? And we're like,
Yeah.
well,
These are
who's
the
going to give it
comments.
to us?
These are
The
the
cows?
comments, yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
There's no one here to give us COVID. You know what I mean? We're out here by ourselves. So like,
Yeah.
ain't no big deal. But
So what was the first big video that really popped off for you where you were like, okay, I'm going to keep like digging gold in this vein?
So the very
I
first
really
one
don't
we
remember.
made got 100,000.
yeah, the first one
Yeah.
we made.
So
got
you're like,
100,000
okay, let's
views.
just keep doing this.
And so like we did a lot of stuff about like just what we were doing. Which what we were doing is we were looking for good deals, trying to buy cheap trucks.
yeah.
Man, I still do that. to this
But
day.
so this, like, I'm trying to wrap my mind around, you paid $1,000 for an F-350 Power Stroke, right?
7.3 power stroke,
At
141,000
auction,
miles.
how is that even possible in 2019?
Oh, would you
That's
like
what
it?
the video was
Would
about.
you- let's fire up the video. I'll show you. No, we went to this auction. It was a state surplus auction
Yeah.
in Salisaw, Oklahoma, and we go down there, and there's probably 200 trucks, and they're all white Fords.
Oh, it's like fleet stuff?
Yeah, there's 200 of them, and there's all.
But it was
there's state-
it was government, and they'd kept this fleet since the 90s.
Yeah,
They had them all from new.
So
Holy
this was
shit.
like southeastern Oklahoma. The whole fleet of southeastern Oklahoma's state vehicles was there.
Wow.
Whether it was county road departments or whatever it was, and they were selling all these trucks, and they were selling hundreds of them that day. Well, me and Garrett walked out there, and we would always go a little early, and we'd look at all the cars, and we'd look at everything. Well, all of them trucks except for 2. No, except for 1. The other one was blown up, actually. But all of them except for 1 was 351 V8 gas burners,
yeah.
which aren't worth nothing. They're not worth what a Power Stroke's worth.
hmm
They're worth $1,000.
Yeah.
So we walk around out there, and Power Strokes have a very, very small logo right below the F350 logo.
Yeah,
it says
I know
Power
that.
Stroke Diesel right there. And I was walking across and I'm like, damn, none of these are Power Strokes. And I look over and there's this truck sitting behind a tree because they have a line of cars like this, and then a line of cars like this, and a line of cars like this. And then right back here in the corner, behind a tree, because the line went too long and they got parked behind a tree, was this 1995 Crew Cab F350 Power Stroke.
Do you think
Not only
that was
we also
deliberate?
didn't know if it was in the auction. 'Cause,
Yeah, we
like,
didn't know if it was an auction.
we're like, was this something in the auction?
But we walked over there. It had a lot number on it, so it was in the auction. Reached inside, turned the key on, 141,000 miles. I'm like, I'm not even going to start it because if somebody hears this thing rattle,
That's still a baby.
yeah, like, damn thing was brand new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Damn thing was a brand new ring. Anyway, I'm like, I'm not even going to start it. I don't even care if it runs.
Yeah.
And then we get back up there, and the way that it worked is you sit down in an auditorium, and there was a screen with a bunch of photos of pictures of trucks on it, and the pictures were like this big on a screen that was 10 feet.
Super pixelated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could barely tell it was a truck. It looked like a marshmallow. From
You
that far
definitely
away.
can't see a Power Stroke logo on those.
No, definitely not. And they were putting these trucks in 10 lots at a time. So they're
Oh,
like,
wow.
we're going to sell 1 through 10. And if you get high bid, you can pick 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 10.
Or
Or
you
whatever.
take them all.
Or you take them all. You take 1, you take 5, you take none of them. You know, whatever. Anyway,
We had one in mind.
we had one in mind. So this truck was halfway through the auction. We're sitting there, and I bid on something else. I bought like a trailer or something. And then that truck comes up, and it's like lot number 70 or 80 or something like that.
Pretty far down.
Yeah. And they put it in the middle of the lot. So they've just been selling these gas burner trucks off
These
for
garbage trucks.
800, 1,000, $1,500 all day long. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Some of them have nice beds on them, so somebody'd give $1,500 for one that they really wanted.
Mhm.
So anyway, the lot number of one we want comes up, and they're selling 10 of them. And they're like, you can take 1, 5, 10 of them, whatever you want. So somebody hits it at, I open it up at 500. Somebody hits it back at 750. I hit it at 1,000. And at 1,000, he stops. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Sell it, dude.
Yeah.
Sell it. And he sells it to me. I'm like, I want lot 88 or whatever it was.
Mhm.
I'm like, I want that one. And he's like, you just want one? I'm like, just that one. That's the only one I want. I want that one. And it's the only truck I bought that day. And we walk out there, and it had charged batteries in it. The starter was halfway bad, so it would like grind. So after about the 4th time of going, I hit the key and go,
Hell yeah.
and it is like the funniest moment because all these guys are out there trying to get all their junk started that they bought, and they all turn around and like,
They have
it's
the
a
whole.
Power Stroke? Because everyone knows not one of those trucks brought more than $1,500. And I had a guy walk up to me. I got in it and I was driving it out. He walked up to the window. He's like, I'll give you $2,000 right now.
Oh,
And
man.
I'm like, no, I can't do it. He's like, I'll give you, and then he's like, no, I'll give you $3,000 right now for
Jeez.
this truck. I'm like, no, I can't do it. And I brought it back.
You know, the best feeling ever is like when you buy something, and this happened like multiple times when we bought things, is that when you buy something and you start to pull it out, and the whole crowd of people is like, what the hell, man?
God dang it.
Yeah.
Like when you see everybody else like,
Well,
you're just like,
you feel so
yeah,
good.
My
that's
question
my
for
deal.
my question is, do you think some employee made that deliberate choice to park it behind a tree, put it in the middle of a lot?
I think if there was, I don't
No?
think so.
Then why wouldn't you bid?
Yeah, why wouldn't you bid on it?
I
That's
don't
the
know.
thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I could see it. That does
That's
happen.
not actually at auctions. That's just not the case because there's just some things that they just don't take care with because like stuff like that, other things like that happened. Like there would be things where we would go to an auction and then like me and Weston would like walk it. Like we were
We
in
bought
op, like non-running. That's where we live.
We bought a
This is where we belong. It does not run.
We would walk
Good
around.
deal.
We would walk around every in-op row of every auction ever. And it got to the point we would go to 10 different auctions over, the summer whenever they
Mhm.
were selling stuff. And auctioneers will jump from auction company to auction company to auction company. They'll just jump to whatever auction. They're contractors. And the auctioneers knew us by first name. It's like, Weston, buddy, how you doing? Hey, you want to bid on this? Come on, Garrett, come on. And I'm like, no, not those. But one time we bought a $20,000 truck for $5,500 because they had it towed to the
It's a
auction yard.
2014 Ram 2500 with the Hemi.
Yeah, it was a Hemi truck.
Why was it priced so low?
Well,
It was an auction.
It was an
Oh,
auction.
yeah.
It was an in-op row. And the reason why it was there is they had been repoed by Chrysler Financial.
Mhm.
It's so weird I can remember all this stuff. It had been repoed by Chrysler
Actually,
Financial.
This turns into like a very long story, and there's a reason he knows why it's called Chrysler.
Yeah, it was a pain in my ass later on, but we did end up buying it for $20,000. It was it gets repoed for Chrysler Financial. It's a $20,000 pickup all day long. I know because I sold it for $20,000. But I paid $5,500 for it.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get it started.
What was wrong with it?
It was in neutral.
What?
So when
that seems like
it was in drive.
This goes back to the Weston movie. That is too dumb to be a story plot line.
I know,
dude. The thing is, we figured it out. But you figured it out before the auction, though. Too.
I know. But anyway, we went and looked at it, and I looked at it, and it had been towed there.
Yeah,
because somebody had removed the rear drive shaft out of it, which means they'd towed it there.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it was in drive, so he'd got underneath, popped the linkage off the transmission, put it in drive so he could roll it on the rollback or whatever, which didn't make no sense because he took the drive shaft out anyway.
Yeah, what?
But whatever. I'm like, all right. I'm like, Garrett, I think this truck runs.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's just in the wrong gear. And if a car's in drive, it won't start because it's got like safety and all.
Sure.
They have their mechanics out there trying to figure out like anything. Like, okay, it's an in-op, just run as a non-runner.
That's just like
the in-op, they run as a non-runner. The auction, that was one of those where they go car by car with the entire crowd of people.
So they walk past all the cars.
So we bid on it. We get it for $5,500. I slide under it, slide it into park, put the shift linkage back on. Garrett grabs the jump pack. We fire it up and drive it off. As the whole crowd stand there and they turn around. But
you never seen such a crowd of people turn around and look.
And the crowd of people's like, we need to run that one back. I'm like, I bought it. It's mine. Like people like, I bet.
Wait, the auctioneers were like, actually, we made a mistake.
The auctioneers didn't because we bought so much from that auction company. There's like, well, we're glad you got a good deal.
Oh man.
But it's like so funny how many times that's like weird stuff happened.
Yeah.
Like one time we bought a semi for $6,500 and all that was wrong with it is it needed batteries.
What?
We put batteries in it, fired it up, drove it 7 hours home, and it was a winch truck, and somebody come bought it from us for like $18,000.
To me, that's so insane that like auction companies pay such little attention. I mean, there's such volume.
These specific ones are always like when it comes to like liquidations.
They don't do these anymore because like at this time there was so many oil companies going out of business. That we would drive to Texas and they wouldn't even know what they were selling. They're like, we have 200 trucks and
just
25 semis.
And they're like, this is the brands. We have Ram, Ford. This is what's going to be there. A rough idea of like what's going to be at the auction. And we bought all kinds of things like that. I remember there was one time we went to Austin and we had we just got on a roll and we had like $26,000. Like that's all we had.
You know what the city does?
Yeah.
We get down there and they're selling 100 Dodge diesels and they are bringing cheap money, like $12,000-$13,000.
But the thing is, there's a couple there that there was a couple there. They didn't know how many miles they had on them.
Yeah,
we put a jump pack on. One had 60,000, the other one had 80,000. And these trucks are like brand new trucks.
I don't think that's not how we found out because they couldn't do it. The ECMs were bad. So I ran the Carfax on them.
That's right.
Yes. So they couldn't figure out how many miles they were because they were new enough. They could be under warranty.
Yeah.
So
you bought warranty cars?
No.
They were non-runners.
No.
Oh my
Listen
God.
to this. We have $26,500 in our bank account. Garrett buys these two trucks for $26,400.
Well, no, we get the bid for like the $13,000, and then Weston's like, "Which one we taking?" I'm like, "We're taking that one. We're taking that one.
We're taking both of them." I'm like, "We are?" He's like, "Yeah, we're taking both of them." And I'm like, "Garrett, we don't got enough money." He's like, "There's trucks full of diesel. We can make it home,
and they're under warranty."
And well, no, we didn't know they were under warranty.
I knew one was
but we didn't know because like we could have started them up or whatever. Anyway, we got them back, and Garrett was right. He ran the Carfax on them, and the ECM was bad in both the trucks. And we just took them to the Dodge dealership, and they fixed them.
Here's what happened,
God,
actually.
damn.
The reason they all had bad ECMs, though, is the auction company came in there and put them on 24 volts, fried all the ECMs.
So they were like...
They were taking like semi-jump starters and jumping them.
They had some guy out there that didn't know what he was doing.
That is a dumb mistake.
He had like a big old jump pack made for semis. Like, I'm going to start the heck out of this truck. What? Now it doesn't run.
Oh my
God.
Go
to the next
one. And he did this to like 12.
That's like a tomater move.
He did this to like 12 of those trucks. 12 of those trucks had bad ECMs.
Damn.
And
so you could have gotten more good deals, but
we ran out of money.
Well, what actually
you
also
had exactly enough for two trucks.
We didn't even have enough money for a hotel on the way home. We slept in the truck.
Also, the other thing too is that the way that ran too, though, is we got it cheaper than original because we ran it. So I got it for 13,000 and some change. That's what we paid final. But the first time we ran it through, I had like studied all of them and knew all the years. And the auctioneer had a tendency, like he would always like to say,
an exaggerator.
So he would exaggerate the statistics on them. So they'd put them in a lot of like 10 of them. And they're like, we got some 2014s. We got some 2014 boys. Got some 2014s. And I'm looking at them. There ain't no 2014s.
They're both 2012.
And then I'm like, Okay, I get the high bid. Which one's a 2014? Well, ain't none of them 2014. Well, I only bid that because I wanted 2014. Oh, fine, let's run it back. And then when they run it back, they already know we got the high bid, so we get it for less money.
So they
and so then
the
when I
first
got
time
it for
it
the
ran
lower
to
price,
like 15,000, right?
Yeah.
And then the second time they run it back is when it brought 13, and we bought both of them.
and so
Damn.
then I knew I got the lower price. I'm like, I'll take 2 of them. And then the next ones after that actually brought more money than what I did because there was less of them there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Damn, I feel like
Oh man, have you
and
been
then
to
at
an
the, end of
auction?
at the end of the day,
I've
the
never been to an
auctioneer.
auction.
What?
I've been to.
What?
I've been
The
to.
auction's on Wednesday. You need to stay. I'm telling you, the most exciting thing you'll ever do in your life is go to an auction.
Me and
It is-
Weston literally could not sleep the night before auctions. We were so excited.
I love that.
We would sit there and we'd look through all the photos because we'd go take photos of them all. I'm like, well, that one's a nice one. We can buy
Yeah.
that one. That one's blown up. We really buy that one.
Mhm.
You know? Oh,
Dude,
God.
I love deals too. I like.
we are about the deals.
Yeah, I fucking love deals.
But anyway, sorry, we got
The
sidetracked.
auctioneer came up to me afterwards. He's like, "Oh, you really think you got one over on me there?"
Yeah,
I think I did.
it's his fault.
Yeah.
You can't lie to the
But
audience.
he wasn't even
was
mad.
like he was
Yeah.
like a very kind of shiesty kind of guy.
Yeah.
because he would like start the auction and
Every
be like,
time he started the auction, he
Auction
started,
time,
auction time, ladies and gentlemen. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Come on, let's sell some trucks.
Hell yeah.
And if you guys have ever been to West Texas, and you probably know the auctioneer I'm talking about, but that's how he would start every single auction.
That's so
And
funny.
you know how they're doing this Landman show right now?
No.
It's a Landman
Wait.
show.
Yes. Yeah.
So it takes
based
place-
on-
yeah.
That's where like we were running around buying all these trucks at.
We were buying all these
Oh.
trucks out of West Texas.
Dude. So I bought my
It's
last.
like Mars, honestly.
It is. It's weird. So I had never been to Texas before, and someone wrote in like a fan of Past Gas, and they were like, I have my grandpa's 1998 BMW 328i. It's got 24,000 miles on it. I know you guys love it. Like you've talked about this car before. I like to know if you want it for $7,000. And I was like, it was garage kept. And I was like, this is right after.
Sir,
Yeah.
I'll be right there.
Yeah. This was right after I had my kid too. So I was like, I had to justify it to my wife and be like, look,
got
I'm going to be
vaccine.
gone for 24 hours exactly. I'm going to fly into Austin and drive this car back to LA
So there was a negotiation process, huh?
with my wife only. Like
yeah.
I was like, I'll pay $7. I don't care. Like, don't
That's
talk
one of
to
the times
anyone
I
else.
almost want an attorney for negotiations.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we need a mediator. Yeah. We'll be gone 24
But
hours.
so I had been just emailing him and he was like, I don't know, 18-year-old kid. And then the day I'm flying out there, I get a phone call from his number and it's his angry dad being like, how much did he offer it for? He's like, I'll honor it, but like, just know this is not a good situation. Like you shouldn't be talking to kids like this. I was like, he emailed me, like I'm just I'm not taking advantage.
That's gonna make you feel so weird.
It was super weird.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we flew down there. I was like, I only had 24 hours. So I pitched them donut a short idea. I was like, if you buy the ticket to Austin, I'll make a short out of me driving back to LA in 24 hours without stopping. And like, I knew, something was going to go wrong. It was garage kept, but it's still almost a 30-year-old BMW.
Yeah.
And so we get down there.
Oh, you mean 30-year-old? I thought you were just talking about 3-year-old.
No, 1998.
BMWs normally have problems all the time.
Oh, I know. Yeah. They're all going to have problems. But we get down there, we get like 30 miles out of the city and we're like, we should gas up. And then it won't start. And I'm like, okay, this is like old fuel pump, old fuel.
Mm-hmm. Bang on it
And
with a hammer.
yeah, I was like, we don't have time to fix it. So we pop started it and then we didn't turn it off. We didn't turn it off for 24 hours.
Mhm.
We like filled it up, kept going. But then in West Texas, we were going up like a slight incline and it just died. And it's like super windy. It's the middle of the night.
Tumbleweed flies by.
Yeah. And there's like, the puff of the flame in the oil fields.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing that's
Yeah.
happening. And dude, West Texas is
dude.
it's crazy.
You know what's great? That actually kind of reminds me of a story because like West Texas is like, town in between towns, like 50 miles. That's not too far.
No.
Like they're like, you
Everything
go
is 3
50,
hours
80
for everything.
miles
Yeah.
is in between towns. And me and Weston are like, we were running down there like once a week, going and buying stuff, doing deals.
Mhm.
And we drove this road, like just knew it like the back of our hand. It's like literally out in the middle of nowhere, 4 hours away from anything. And at the time, like
Hit
there's
Wichita
this,
Falls, hang a right, go down to Snyder. Anyway,
and we're following like
I've
this.
done it plenty of times while I was asleep.
Weston is freaking cooking. Like,
Yeah.
he's cannonballing on down through there.
Oh,
and
are you talking about when I?
And there's this old man, like this really nice, like F450 with an RV on the back. And Weston's like, I'm about to pass him. Like we're coming up on him, and Weston's getting ready, and he has a blowout.
He has a blowout as we're behind.
And then
he does.
Yeah, he does. And the thing is, in West Texas, if you're not doing 90, you're impeding traffic.
Yeah.
This guy was doing 70. Like I don't know what he was thinking. Speed limit? What? Anyway. And I'm cooking along at like 90 mile an hour coming up on him, and he blows out one of his trailer tires. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
we're 4 or 5 hours away from anything. I'm like,
we're in the middle.
Also, the other thing too is that like when we left the house, we were always buying such junkers that like Clifford is our red truck that we had forever. And that it was like literally like a mobile mechanic rolling through.
Yeah,
like we had every tool possible because we were prepared for like.
You felt obligated to help this dude.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I changed
like the
transmissions alongside the highway with all the tools in that truck. It was a rolling toolbox.
But like I was thinking about like the odds of it, like because the odds of like, you know, he had a blowout because we were going to pass, like we were coming up on him and then going to pass and going around. And we hadn't seen nobody in hours.
You remember the interesting part about this?
What's that?
I was not going to stop.
Yeah.
But then I see him start to get out, and it's this old man. I'm like, okay, I got to stop. So I stop, and I help him change a tire on his RV. And this was probably 2016, 2017.
He is like back on the road in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got an impact out because I had shitty trailer tires on my trailer all the time.
Did they just have a spare for the RV?
He had a spare, and then the RV was also on hydraulic jacks to level it, so he could just hit a button and raise it up.
That's cool.
So he raises it up, and we pull the spare off, and I have an impact, and I just rattle it off real quick for him. And he tries to give me $200. I'm like, no, I'm not taking it. And then his wife tries to give him this money, and I'm like, no. And then the wife turns to the old man's like, give them some money. They helped us. You'd have been out here 4 hours changing this by yourself, Bob. And he's like, he won't take it. I'm like, no, man, I don't need nothing. I'm fine.
Yeah.
It just took me 10 minutes. I'm good. So we get back on the road. And take in mind, we was in the middle of nowhere. And I told the guy my name, and I think Garrett introduced himself. And about 3 or 4 years later, one of the comments on the video, I remember looking through, is like, I was watching this video of my grandpa, and he said you stopped and helped him change his tire in West Texas.
That's cool.
And I'm like, oh, dang, that's kind of interesting. And
That's super cool.
It's like I guess the grandson was sitting there watching a YouTube video on TV or on his computer or whatever. And
yeah.
I know that guy. He helped me change his tire.
This was before we did YouTube too.
This was before we did the YouTube whenever I helped him.
I always thought it was funny because we were 4 hours away from anything, and we just happened to come upon him, and we got his tire changed in about 4 or 5 minutes. I say we, Weston did. And
It's like,
I was there. I said we should help.
You set up the cones. It's cool.
Yeah. So, you know, he was back on the road in 4 minutes. When he would have been there, you know, if he'd have called somebody, they would have had 4 hours to drive out to get to there.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me.
Yeah,
the closest place. Luckily, I was like within the 12-mile range of AAA.
Yeah,
just barely by like half a mile from Fort Stockton, and I had to wait for this dude for 3 hours. He was like, "I'm just finishing up a couple jobs right now." It's like,
oh my god, he was not doing nothing.
He was not doing anything.
He was sitting in his office playing Flappy Bird. That's what he was doing.
Yeah,
my god.
But man, that I haven't told this story on any platform yet, but like that dude was methed out, and he was telling me stories. He was like, yeah, when COVID happened, there was like an overturned semi, and all these frozen bodies shot out of the semi, and I had to go clean up the bodies. And it's like, dude, that did not happen at all. What? That did not happen.
And then you look back and you realize he doesn't have a repair truck.
Yeah,
he's just a random Corolla. He just rolled up and was like, you guys need some help?
That was a crazy night, though. I
knew a couple truck drivers that were like that.
Yeah.
I knew this one truck driver was like, I get all my stuff, and man, I tell you what, I take out of New York. Next thing I know, I was in LA. And I'm like, what happened in the middle? He's like, I don't remember. But I got there.
Well, he was from here in Winfield, and there was another truck driver that was from here, and he's like, oh, it's Monday. And he's like, I better take off, head for LA. And he's going to get there like Thursday or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, why are you leaving so early?
Why are you leaving so early? You supposed to be there Thursday night?
Leave Wednesday.
Leave Wednesday.
What?
What are you doing?
It's like the Cannonball Run.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the Cannonball Run has been broken by a guy in a 379 Peterbilt, and none of us will ever know that. None of us will ever know.
Not documented though.
No, not documented at all. My dad, he drove truck, and he was a bull hauler, so he'd haul cows.
Yeah.
And
left lane beef train.
Left lane beef train. And if you was hauling cows, you don't have to stop for the weight scale. You don't have to stop for nothing.
What?
So No,
It's 'cause you got livestock.
You got livestock on board.
They need
and
to get there.
It don't matter what happens. Once the cows step on the trailer, it's stressful for them.
Yeah.
So they have to get all the way where they're going.
Well, that makes all the steaks all tight and not tender.
Exactly. You don't want them
Exactly.
steaks all,
You gotta have that Wagyu beef.
you don't want them steaks all twisted up. You know what I mean? Anyway, so you can run them for a certain amount of hours before you got to get them off the truck and let them rest.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, well, we could stop or we could speed.
Yeah.
They pick speed.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys have 300 lights on their trailer. That's not an exaggeration. They have the chicken lights all the way down the side of the trailer. And you will see these rolling billboards 90 feet long doing triple digits down the interstate at like 2 a.m.
And that's your dad?
Oh, dude, well, he don't do it anymore. He just owns cows and he owns a feed yard and stuff. But
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you didn't have to stop for the way station.
oh, dude, no, you didn't have to stop for nothing.
Wow.
No, and these guys get after it. And I mean, like they'll haul for 10 hours straight.
Yeah.
And they'll just be cooking triple digits for hours.
I mean, who needs sleep?
Hours. And if you ever driven anything big, the bigger they get, the more sketchy they get.
Mhm.
Right. And take in mind, a cattle truck, I've driven a few. I've not driven very many, but I've driven.
You've driven a cattle truck?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a big rig cattle truck?
Yeah, I've driven a couple.
Holy shit.
I drove grain trucks and stuff like that when I
Do you know how to
young.
do those like 22 gear transmissions?
Oh yeah, dude.
Man,
So
teach me.
my Peterbilt's got a 15 speed in it.
Oh shit.
But I drove a twin stick Freightliner hauling grain.
What does twin stick mean?
So it's got 2 gear shifts. So you have a main, you got an auxiliary trans.
Oh.
So the more I talk, the more redneck I sound.
No, it's
You're
great.
like,
This is great.
Hold on, let me get posh. You have your main transmission. No, but you got your main, and you run through your main set of gears. Then you'll throw in neutral, and you'll throw your auxiliary into a different gear, and then you run through your second set of gears.
Yeah.
And it's the same way now. Is like they have splitters, which means like semis, you'll go through your first 5 gears. If it's a 15 speed, the first 5 gears could really be 10 because you can split every one, but it's getting complicated. Anyway, you'll go through your first 5, then you'll flip it up and you'll go to high range. You'll go through the second set of 5. And each set of those 5 have 2 gears to them.
Holy shit.
So on like a 15 speed, you can only split the top side. On an 18 speed, you can split both sides. You can split the bottom and the top. So imagine like you're in first and you have first high, first low. So you're going to go first low, first high, second low, second high. Third, your arm gets tired.
Yeah.
And you never use the clutch. Never.
Really?
Never touch it.
Wow.
I don't use clutch in anything. The only time you ever use clutch is to start.
Like a rev match?
No, you don't even have to.
You know where this really came in handy? We did Roadkill Nights, and they had like a drag racing where it had to be a manual, and Weston was outshifted everybody.
Oh,
All
man.
these drag racers, they weren't able to get the gears. Weston was a rowing.
Dude, that's the only thing I could do well is I could drive a manual. You know what I mean? And they all have these turbo 400s, and we did Roadkill Nights. It was this street legal drag race.
Yeah.
Have you seen this video?
Is it Freiberger hosted? Or,
yeah, he did.
I don't know if we give context to like what the event Roadkill Nights is. Roadkill Nights is an event that they have up in Pontiac, Michigan.
Pontiac, Michigan.
And it's legal street racing. So they'll shut down the streets. And
I didn't realize it was on the street.
It's on the street. So like the same road that you're going to go get your groceries the previous day.
Yeah.
They shut it down. You're racing on the next day.
So
and they put up all these stands. It's a really cool event.
It's not a racetrack. It's a street. There's a manhole cover on the right.
Yeah.
There's a crown of the road on the left. So regardless, either way you do it, the lanes are bad.
Yeah.
It's just, do you want to deal with the manhole cover that might crash you or the crown on the left side that might crash you? What kind of crash do you want?
Yeah.
But back to our whole debacle.
Back to our debacle. Dodge sends out a Hellcat powertrain with a manual transmission. They're like, build a race car. So I have a manual transmission Dodge Challenger sitting in my shop.
That's sick.
And actually, should I tell them what we really built?
Yes, please.
They sent us a motor. And they're like, okay, this is a Hellcat Red Eye motor. It makes 797 horsepower. And the deal is you have to have a stock blower and you have to have, what else had to be stock? Stock blower and something else had to be stock.
You could do anything else to it.
Yeah, you could do anything else to it. You had to do a stock blower and that's
Basically,
about it.
they wanted us to build a Red Eye drag car.
Yeah.
But you had to put in a Dodge car.
So the guys were sitting there like,
we had this car we were going to build an off-road Hellcat with. And it was a black car. And so at the time we were trying to find a chassis because we were in this competition. And we kind of went back and forth on it. And we're just like, well, why don't we just do this car? It's easy.
Yeah. So we sitting there, we're like, man, should we build this? Should we build that? And like, Garrett, we have 2 weeks to build a race car.
Yeah.
2 freaking weeks.
Was this the cop car that you built?
Well, no, this is a black Hellcat.
Okay.
Well, there's a few.
We actually started off thinking we're going to build that one.
Yeah, we were going to build the cop car. That's
Yeah.
the one we were going to build. But they're like, dude, we have 2 weeks. We don't have time to do all that. We need something simple and easy and fast. So they sent us the Hellcat motor. They sent us a blower. And the thing they said is like, you have to have this size of tire, no bigger. And you have to do, no, that year they allowed any tire. Though the rule they had was it had to have a stock block and it had to be a stock blower. So,
but you could do anything you wanted.
You could do anything else you wanted to.
Yeah.
And the thing that they were talking about is they're like, well, these guys have 2 weeks. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? Because like, okay, they could get the blower ported or stuff like that, but they can't take the blower off and put like a big old whipple on it or nothing.
Yeah.
And that's definitely cheating. And I'm like, well, I'm still going to cheat. I'm just going to do it in a different way.
Yeah.
So I had in my shop a Hellcat blocked billet bottom end stroked out motor that was sent to my cop car. And it was a 6.4 liter instead of a 6.2 liter.
Yeah.
Had a billet bottom end, could handle a crazy amount of boost, big heads, big cam. And I had to have a stock block. And the block was stock. It was not bored over, nothing like that. It was just stroked.
But it was not the block they gave you.
No, this was a 1,500 horsepower. This motor was ready to party.
And then not only that, but also they had to use a manual transmission. And I was like searching high and low for like because the transmission that they gave you would not hold the power.
No, it wouldn't hold the power. So they sent us a stock T56 Magnum trans, which they're rated for like 600 horsepower. But if you really get to beating on them, and I know these other guys that are coming to race, they are building pro mod drag cars.
Yeah.
Because, well, for one, they have the knowledge and the know-how on how to build a pro mod drag car. And I'm like, man, they're going to be lighter. They're going to have better traction than us. They're going to be outclassing us in every way. And I'm like, we're going to make more power. We're going to make way more power.
Bars is still like a street car though too.
So our cars was, okay, so what we have is we have a 4,000 pound Challenger that's got leather interior in it, radio, air conditioning still.
It looks like a sleeper.
It is. Like it's got air conditioning, touchscreen radio, everything still works. And I'm like, but we're going to put the widest drag tire we can put on the back. We're going to put a good axles on the back end of it. We're going to put a diff brace on it, and we're going to throw an upgraded transmission. So Garrett found these guys in the middle of Podunk, Pennsylvania.
I called like 30 people just trying to find a transmission.
He calls up this guy, and this guy's like, what you need? And he's like, hey, we got a TR6060 that we need to get built. And he's like, well, yeah, I could probably do that. He's like, you know what? Let me look on the shelf. And he looks back on the shelf. He's like, I got a fully upgraded internal set for that transmission sitting right here.
Oh man.
And I'm like, we'll mail it to you.
I lucked out so much because everyone else had stock transmission.
Yeah.
So
I like dialed in and got
Dude,
like the
that's
transmission
sick.
that we need. And then also like the best modification that Weston is like completely forgetting is that this is the most exercise equipment we've ever used and we used it on the back of the car.
Oh.
So we got dumbbells to weigh down the back of the car so we got more traction. And they built a contraption to come out the back and put weight out
We
here.
put a receiver hitch on the back and we hung dumbbells off the back of it to weigh down the back of the car.
That's so
weight
funny.
transfer and launch. So anyway,
I was worried about like passing tech and like they're gonna be like, there's no way this thing's gonna pass tech.
And it did though?
Yeah.
oh dude, we got up there and
With
the guy,
dumbbells hanging off the
dumbbells
back?
on the back.
dude,
Because I'm like, they're gonna be like, these dumbbells are gonna fly
I don't
off
know.
of this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should name drop.
We don't know
him
who
or
it
not.
is, but we don't need to say who it is.
He's
The
nice,
tech?
nice dude. Yeah,
Okay.
nice guy. You know who you are, Mike. Anyway, Mike walks up to me and like I'd done Roadkill Nights for like 2 or 3 years at this point. So every time I would come with some shenanigans and he'd be like, you idiot, you got 24 miles of fuel pump wiring back here. And I'm like, whatever.
You know, actually, the funniest thing about Roadkill Nights is that we were talking to the CEO of Dodge, and he was literally like, hey, when we first started this thing, we were like, there's going to be absolutely no rules whatsoever.
Tim
do whatever.
Kaniskis?
Yeah, Tim Kaniskis.
Yeah.
He's saying there's no rules whatsoever. And then they're like, Weston said he'd do it. Okay, we need a couple rules.
Dude, Weston said and you know what's funny is like the first year we did it, they bring us a car and the car wasn't right. So they ended up sending us another car. So we had 2 Hellcats that were like dollar cars. Like basically they were pre-production models, no VIN numbers.
Yeah.
Right? And I had the personal cell number for the head of SRT. And I sent him a text of me with a photo of me with a Zaza. And I'm like, I'm going to make the world's first convertible Hellcat. And then he just sends back like LMAO. And then he's like, if after the race, if you want to, you can.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, after you race and you don't have to worry about rolling it over. And
You're like, well, I already
we'll
did
chop,
it.
We'll chop the roof off the car. So I didn't end up chopping it off.
Yeah.
But they were serious. So like, they're senders. They were ready.
So Motor Trend also put this thing on, and they
God.
had
I
like
made a guy from Motor Trend quit.
He didn't quit. He quit later on. But what was it? Alan.
Alan.
It was Alan.
Oh,
Alan was like a producer there, and he was like making sure everything was handled.
Mhm.
And then whenever Alan would call, Weston would be like just saying some off the wall stuff about like, Alan, things are not looking good over here. What happened? Well,
we were in Indiana.
I was testing the car out in Indiana, and well, there was a state trooper there, and well, it's an impound. He's like, but the race is tomorrow. And Alan is like, well, can they get it out?
We're just like torturing this poor Alan, dude.
I don't know.
dude. Alan was funny. I liked Alan, but man, we made Alan's life hell for about 2 weeks because his job was tasked with making sure we made it to the race and we did what we needed to do.
Was he specifically assigned to you?
Yeah.
Only you guys?
Yeah.
You guys had a Wrangler from Motor Trend?
We had a Wrangler from Motor Trend. And Alan doesn't work. Well, he actually quit after that. And I don't know why he quit.
I don't think we had anything to do with that.
I don't think we had anything to do with it. But Alan was funny.
I hope he's doing all right.
No, dude, he went back and he worked. He lives in Hawaii now, I think. So I think he's doing okay.
He's doing great.
He's doing way better than we are here in Kansas in the cold.
But long story short, so I'm like, okay, we know that this car needs to make some power.
Mhm.
It's 1,000 to 1,500 pounds heavier than every other car. It needs to make power. So we yank this 6.4 out of my cop car. We throw it in with the Hellcat blower, and then we go to a good friend of ours down in Atlanta. We get the car put together, we get it all running, and we throw it in the trailer, and we cannonball all the way to Atlanta, Georgia. Overnight, drive there, get there to my tuner, and his name's Tim Barth, and he is like a magician whenever it comes to Hellcats. He is a magician. And we're sitting there, I'm like, this thing needs to make power, Tim. He's like, how much? I'm like, as much as it can. And he's like, what's in it? And I'm like, it's a billet bottom N64. They said it'll handle 1,500. He's like, well, okay, we'll make that.
Jeez.
And he's like, I'm like, it's got a stock blower. And he's like, that's fine. Yeah,
So how much time does he have? He has one night to do
Did
this?
one day, yeah.
What?
Yeah, he tuned this in one day.
He
tuned this car in one day.
That's incredible.
He's the best.
He is hands down the best Hellcat tuner in the world.
Wow.
Without a doubt. He is awesome.
That's
Anyway.
insane. So do you know what it made before
Bar
you tuned
tuning,
it?
by the way, too.
Barth Tuning. He deserves a big shout out.
B-A-
Tim Barth.
BARTH.
B-A-R-T. He actually told me to stop mentioning it because
He's got too much work.
He's like, people with V6s are calling me.
people with 5.7 Hemis are like, can you give me an extra $100? But if you got a Hellcat and you want it tuned to Barth Tuning, he's in Dallas, Georgia, and he is hands down one of the best tuners I've ever seen.
Damn, good plug.
Dude, he is badass. Anyway, you want to know how badass? We're sitting there and we have a stock blower, which is capped at like maybe 1,000, 1,100 horsepower.
Yeah.
And I got a nitrous kit on it. And he's like, okay, we're going to use it. I'm like, I just put it on as a joke. He's like, no, we're using it. So we finished plumbing it all up. He helps us plumb it all up, get it done. It makes 1,200 to the tire on a spray.
Oh, Jesus.
And the biggest we had was like a 150 shot. I'm like, what are we going to do? He's like, I'll watch. And he takes the jet out and goes over to his drill and drills the jet out.
God.
Manually just drills the jet out on this thing. And then I have no idea how big a shot it is.
No science
No
behind
idea,
it. Just
but it
kinda,
made-
Just redneck science.
Yeah.
It made like 1,400 to the tire
That's insane.
on spray.
Wow.
And I'm God dang. I guess I can get ready to pop a wheelie on the dyno. You know what I mean? And we tune it. We cannonball all the way back to Kansas because we had a track rented and we could test it there. So we cannonball all the way back.
I think it's so funny you guys are just driving this on the highway.
Oh, no, we hauled it.
Okay.
We hauled it. But it was in our RV.
Yeah.
Like, so we had our RV and we had a trailer on the back and we was hauling it behind our RV. And we'd take turns like driving. Anyway, we cannonball all the way back. We get to the drag strip. We hang the dumbbells off the back of this thing. And we get
We
out
try
there.
with dumbbells. And we try with the
Yeah, we tried without.
without the
Yeah.
dumbbells.
It was faster with the dumbbells.
Yeah.
The dumbbells made it
It
faster.
gripped up and went.
Anyway, the first run, the drive shaft gets in a fight with the insulation on the
Oh,
fuel
shit.
tank and rips all the insulation off the fuel tank. I'm like, okay, so we get that jacked up, yank that out.
So the drive shaft is bending enough to like get in the way of the shielding.
No. What happened was, is we had to put 3 fuel pumps in the fuel tank
Oh,
to
Jesus.
support the amount of power we were making
Yeah.
because we were running on Ignite Red E98 fuel.
So you guys are getting like half a mile per gallon.
Oh, dude, it would burn 5 gallons in
one run?
In like a run.
Wow.
It was crazy.
That's nuts.
Anyway, after you idled up there and did all the stuff. Anyway, we get up there. And the reason why the insulation got in a fight with the fuel tank was because I had to space it down to fit the fuel pumps on top of the fuel tank in between the car body.
Yeah.
I spaced it down with 2x4s. So I have 2x4s in between the body and the fuel tank on this car. And I spaced it down just a little bit too far. I should have used a 1x4. And it got in a fight. So we ripped the insulation out, but there's just enough room the drive shaft clears out. I'm like, okay, fine. We get out there, we run. This car is booking. And I mean booking. Like it's hooking up, taking off. It's a 4,200 pound.
And you said it's
rocket.
manual?
It was a manual, 6-speed
God.
manual. We can show it to you. It's still sitting in the warehouse.
Jesus.
It's sitting in the cold storage right now. But this car is a 4,200 pound car, which is heavy. Makes 1,400 to the tire. And we said on the video, oh, it makes like 1,200. we don't know. But it's right pretty good.
You guys are sandbagging?
Yeah, we were
sandbagging and dumbbell.
We were sandbagging and
They
dumbbell.
also had a 426, and didn't we put something out there like teasing that we had a better engine?
I thought we sandbagged, and then everybody started to assume we had like a 426 in it.
Oh.
Because like when this car fired up, it was rowdy. Like this car just sounded different. You know what I mean? It's loud.
But anyway, that's skipping ahead though.
Long story short, car's booking. We run 6 passes
So at this
on the
point,
track.
like also just to like give some sort of context, is they've just spent the last 2 weeks no life in getting this car built, getting everything put together.
We slept in our shop.
Yeah, like it was like a miserable 2 weeks. Then we ran all the way to Georgia, and it's like that point in the story, you're like, oh my god, like things are kind of coming together.
Yeah.
We're gonna win. We're gonna do good.
Good job, team. And then
We go, and it has a twin disc McLeod clutch in it, which was supposed to be rated for the power we were making. Make 6 runs, car runs great, everything's good. I'm like, yes, we're awesome, we're doing good.
Oh, this was like testing before Roadkill.
Yeah, we're testing the car, we're getting everything ready, we're doing all that. We're in Kansas. We just tested the car. The car was running great. We go to load it back in the trailer to head to the event. We're like, we're ready. Car's ripping. We're ready to go. We're on our way to Detroit to go race. We go to put it in the trailer, and when we go to put it in the trailer, the clutch just gives up and comes apart. So it literally does not have enough clutch to even pull itself out of the trailer. Shit. And we have to be there the next day for the press conference. The car has to be in front of
This is stressful.
Oh, dude.
This is stressing me out.
Immensely stressful.
oh god.
Car has to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, what are we going to do? So I call everyone I can think of, know of, even seen, might have met. Everyone I can think of to find a clutch. And I'm like, I need a Hellcat clutch today.
It's also the event isn't the next day. It's the press conference. The car's supposed to be there to be on display.
Yeah, so the car's supposed to be there to be on display at the press conference the next day, right?
Oh,
so
man.
anyway, can't find a clutch anywhere. I'm calling everywhere, every place I can find. I finally have a buddy of mine call me back from a Chrysler dealership, and he's like, there is one in Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, in Des Moines, Iowa, at this place, there is a clutch there. I'm like, okay. We push the car in the trailer and cannonball all the way there, all the way that night.
From
here in Kansas
to Indiana or to Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa, which is like a 10-hour drive.
Jeez.
9-hour drive, whatever it is. And we cannonball all the way there. We get there like 3 a.m. and there's a Menards parking lot across the street from this Dodge dealership. So we wait, and then this guy rolls up the dealership at like 6 a.m. and he's like opening the dealership, and I'm like going and beating on the door. I'm like, I need this clutch now.
Oh, there's a crackhead outside.
He's like, there's a crackhead outside right now. He wants a clutch for a Hellcat. He's like, I'm not sure we have it. And I'm like, the parts department set it out. It's there. I need it bad. And I'm like, the clutch, you can look at it. It's $1,500. Here's $1,600. Keep this extra 100. Pay them when they open. I need it. He's like, okay. So we take the clutch. And take in mind, we'd slept in the parking lot across the street like for 4 hours. Got the clutch. We drove the rest of the way to Detroit. Right. And we get there about.
That's another like 10-hour drive, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. It was a while. So we get there.
Just keeping track, by the way. We're in Kansas. We drive all the way to Georgia, get our car tuned, drive all the way back to Kansas, test it. Then we drive all the way to Des Moines, Iowa to get it fixed. And then now we're the event.
We're in Kansas. We drove to Georgia, back to Georgia, or to Georgia, had it tuned, back from Georgia, test the car, break the car.
That is like a 18-hour drive to Georgia.
To Georgia?
Oh, yeah, we drove.
God damn.
It was a crazy
But
moment.
he was the best, so we won.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get to Pontiac, Michigan about, I think, 4 hours before the car's got to be locked in for the press conference the next day.
Yeah.
And I call a buddy of mine, Tom Bailey, and he's from up there, and he drag races a bunch of cars, has a bunch of 6-second cars. I'm like, can I use your lift? He's like, yeah. So we push the car out of the trailer. We push it into a shop. We start yanking the transmission out of this thing. And then.
By the way, this is like 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, this is like
Jesus.
1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, whenever it was. And I'm pushing, like, the guys from Motor Trend are calling me, and they're like, it has to be here. And, like, I'm in a foul mood.
Alan's not here this year.
Alan wasn't.
The guy that was calling
He's in
me.
Hawaii.
Yeah, Alan's Hawaii, and the guy that's calling me is like not very nice.
He was
Alan.
dude. I
was
actually
like,
don't even care.
I know.
He was an absolute asshole.
Oh, man.
He was an absolute dick. And then I'm like, dude, I just gotta get the car fixed, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, it has to be here tonight so it can be in here for the press conference. I'm like, I get that. The car has no transmission in it. And he's like, well, if you don't show up, that's on you, and it's gonna look bad on you, and we're just gonna.
This is not a bad representation on us. This is a bad reputation on you, and it's
yeah.
like,
So like, I'm trying to put this.
We're doing all this work to try to make your guys' event really, really nice. You could be a little bit nice.
Yeah, that
you could,
sucks.
You could be nice to us. You know what I mean? And the guy was so rude. And I sit there, and I was in such a bad mood. I'm like, it. Take the car. I'm like, come get some people. Come push the car into a trailer. We'll just haul it over there without the transmission in it.
Yeah.
So we haul it over to the press conference, and it sits there. And I go, and take in mind it's like 4 or 5 a.m. at this point, and the press conference is at 9 a.m. I go to the hotel and I sleep for a couple hours, and I get back over there, and everyone's like, "Yeah, my car's ready, and yeah, we're ready to race." And everybody,
we went over and slept. I thought we went straight to the press conference.
I don't know. We slept for like 3 hours. Anyway, I get over there, and everybody's like super excited, having a great day because all their cars run.
Yeah,
and I'm like just standing there, just defeated, and they have like covers over all these cars because they're all sitting in front of this really, really cool ass building in the M1 Concourse racetrack. And I just can't care. I'm just like, car has no transmission in it. The drive shaft.
You guys are like toast at this point.
Dude, I've been up for besides for the 4 hours of sleep I had, I'd been up for 24 hours straight. And I was in such a bad mood.
Yeah, this dude yelling at you.
You watch the video, I look like the most pissed off Weston you've ever seen. And this guy from Motor Trend was yelling at us like a couple hours before, saying that we're going to look bad because we didn't show up on time, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they pull back the covers on all these other cars, and there's like a badass Pro Mod car, and then there's another badass car, and then there's another badass car, and then it comes down to mine, and they pull it back on mine. And
also, one of the cars was not a Pro Mod car. One of the cars, like, there was very few actual street cars, so all the other ones were tubbed, big tired. And so ours was like a street car. So it's just still like all the same stuff underneath
we're
it.
like, well, we're street racing, so let's build a street car.
Another YouTuber, they want to make an interesting car. So they're like, oh, we'll put a Hellcat and a Dodge Viper, which is throttle.
Yeah.
Which was a badass build.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs was a street car. And their car was cool. But their car was really cool, but it was really, really fast. Vipers are light.
And like when we built our car, like we wanted to build stuff that like we really liked. And like honestly, like Pro Mod cars that are like tub, like just it doesn't really.
It's not. Like you're chasing tenths of a second. You know what I mean? Tenths of a second to have a car that has no air conditioning, no seats, no nothing, no power steering.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you can use the car for 6 seconds at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like that. I like street cars. I like a car that I can jump in. I can go drive it if I want to. Anyway, so their car was a street car. And I think there might have been another car there that had like a ripped out interior, but it was mostly a street car. And then there was like 2 Pro Mods there. I'm like, damn, this sucks. And so they're ripping back all these cars. I'm like, all these cars look fast.
Yeah.
And they get to ours and they rip the cover off of it. God, I get stressed now just thinking about it. They rip the cover off of it and it's sitting there and there's wiring hanging out from under it. And the drive shaft is on the ground. And the front bumper, the bottom of the front bumper was taken off and the front bumper was just like set on the car. It looked like an absolute wreck. And everyone was just joking like, dude, why'd you bring a car that has no transmission? What are you doing here? And I remember the guy that was hosting at the time, he had like a Don Rickles kind of comedy where he would just like to roast everyone. And he's like, well, and then some people didn't even show up with transmissions in their car. Ha, ha, ha. I'm like,
you
okay, I like that, you know? So let's take a peek at what we've got. Yes, admittedly, it's not drivable yet, but it's... It's...
Hey!
What?
You gotta have to bleep what I said, but I'm like, this is not my day.
Yeah.
You're like, don't, like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm normally like having a great time. This is just not my day. So we're sitting there and we get over at the press conference and I'm like, all right, we're going to fix this car. And about that time, another YouTuber, Freddie Tavares, he's like, I'll come help you. So he comes and helps us. I get like 3 Red Bulls. We get over there and Take in mind, the clutch that we found in Des Moines I told you about was a stock clutch.
This wasn't even like
stock. It was a stock clutch.
And we'd blown up a built one.
And we'd blown up a built triple disc clutch.
why was this the only shop that had a stock clutch?
If you're trying to find a Hellcat clutch in on a Friday, basically, at like 4:00 in the afternoon, your options are limited. And that's the only thing we could find and get there in time. So it was a stock Hellcat clutch, which was rated at 700 horsepower. We're making way more.
Yeah.
So we know it's going to blow up.
But you have like maybe one good run.
We have 2 good runs in this clutch. That's what we have. Anyway, we get the clutch thrown in the car.
It's funny you start telling stories because I remember more and more about this day.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Anyway, we get the clutch thrown in the car, get the transmission back in and get it put together. And I'm like, hell yeah, car runs. So we fire up the car and we're like, are we going to put it in the trailer? I'm like, hell no, this thing finally runs. I'm driving it to the racetrack.
Yeah.
So we drive it to the racetrack and we're driving this thing through the hood. And I mean through the hood. And I'm like, God, I sure hope I put it all back together right. Because like it's got a big 08 on the side and it says my name on it and it's like, whoa, like just making all these noises. And everybody's like, yeah, white boy, go race. And they were so excited, so hyped.
Yeah.
Anyway, we end up.
That's the real press conference.
Dude,
that's the one that counts.
Yes.
Yeah, we were having a good time. Anyway, we drive down the street and we get to the street that we're supposed to be racing on the next day. Take in mind, this is just right after the press conference. The car was supposed to stay in there after the press conference. We stole it out, went and put a transmission and a clutch in it. And we're driving it down through there, and Freddie Tavares is in the passenger seat. I'm like, should we take it for a test rip? And he's like, yeah,
shit.
sure. So I'm like, yeah, she runs.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pull it in there, park it. Didn't do a single test hit. The car sat there. They did testing for.
So here's the thing that also kind of like messed with like all the competition, right? Because obviously they don't know this, but obviously he has a stock clutch. So
they don't know
want
why we didn't.
So the thing is that like the whole day, Weston obviously goes and he's so tired he goes and sleep. But the rest of the competition is like speculating like, what the hell's in that car?
Yeah.
Like why are they not like? Because they know like we will obviously put way more horsepower.
Yeah.
So they're thinking it could potentially be like even more than 1,500.
Oh, shit.
You know, like that there's like this freaking which there is. And so they're like, what's going on with this? Because so the whole day it sits there at the front of all the influencer cars.
And they're like, right up there in front of the racetrack. They have like everyone's like, has anybody sitting right there at the front?
Yeah.
Has anybody seen Weston's car head? And like nobody's seen it go. And so like that kind of like messes
That's
them a little.
cool.
Because then they're like they've all been running, they've all been testing, and then it shows up race time, and then we show up, have done no testing, and it's time to go.
So
they don't know.
The mystique is like
the
auras.
the auras also goes even another couple levels too, because we do the first race. So basically the way it goes is it's like heads up.
You forget this, right?
What's that?
So we go in there, right? And take in mind, there's 5 of these cars. My car sits right up there, right up front the whole day. And I'm in the RV taking a nap. And like later on, they say, wait, where's Weston? He's like, he's sleeping. He's like, is he not going to test his car? And then like,
I thought we did we do one test hit or not even one?
We didn't do one. We didn't do nothing.
When you did the run the day before, had they set up the barricades?
No, it was still public.
It was just a
it was
public
a
street?
public street.
Oh,
At
man.
that point, the barricades weren't set up yet. It was just traffic was going down, and
Wow.
we did a test hit yesterday. You know what I mean? It was still public road then, but we didn't even get over 50. We just launched it.
So like no one has seen this car run, but people have heard it echo through the city.
They didn't hear it. They also like at the press conference, they like, they fire them up and they rev them up. So nobody's even heard it run.
Wow.
Nobody's even heard it run. We parked it there. We left to sit there all day. Race starts. And to be honest, I was so exhausted. I don't really remember exactly how it goes, but we get first pick and we go into our first race and it's grudge match style. So you're doing like heads up, like whoever to the end wins.
Yeah.
And we get first person. And I don't remember who we raced first, but boom, walked him. Just gone.
Yeah.
Car links on him. And then
this is like the part where like the aura comes in, because like we run the first one and then there's this guy that's helping us, the lime cat, and he walks over and he's chatting with Weston and he's like,
who you racing next? Because I just won that race. I'm like, what the hell? I won?
Yeah.
Like the clutch held together. We got our one run
Hell
out of
yeah.
it. And I'm expecting this thing to blow at any second. And take in mind, they run these cars, hot lap them. So you run back to back to back to back. The race is done in 20 minutes. And you don't have time to let the car sit.
Yeah.
So you got
bear in
time
mind,
to pull
all
back
the
around,
competition
fill it
is
up.
all around us. But I like listening to what we're talking about. You can hear everybody. Like you're all like basically your pit is their pit too. Like you're just parked right next to each other.
So we're here
feet apart.
I mean, it's like a public street. Like
yeah. And so they've got us all right here, real close together. And Lime Cat, he comes over and he's like, who do you got next? And it's like, got crap. I was like, oh no. Well, we should probably turn the nitrous on. And then the rest of the
you didn't even have the nitrous on.
The rest of them were like, the nitrous wasn't on.
What?
They're like, what? It's like a thing out of like a movie or something like that. Like, okay, it's time to level it up.
No. I'm like, he's like, who do you got next? I'm like, Crub Builds. He's like, all right, we should turn the nitrous on. And everyone turns around and is like, you weren't running nitrous? I'm like, no. No, not yet.
Holy shit.
We turn the nitrous on. We go out against Crub Builds, and he's got a Pro Mod car. It's got a tire this wide on the back.
Yeah.
It weighs 1,800 pounds lighter than our car weighs. Full stripped out race car. And
no power steering.
No power steering, no nothing. We get up there, and I just run a run. I just put gas in the car, got back up there, and the car is a little warm, but not super hot. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So we get up there to run, and we launch out, and he gets ahead of me, and I shift to second gear, and they put a delay on the nitrous, like half a second delay. And I'm, wah-gah! And he's right there by my door, and the nitrous hits, and the car goes, wah-gah! It just takes off. I got out ahead of him by like half a car and won the race. I'm like, what?
Wow.
What? We won?
I've never seen like a group of people also get so excited because it was a foregone conclusion that this car was going to lose. Like there's no way
the day
that
before
the black car should that our car should win. So all the pits, everyone else just starts cheering in the pits. Like all the other racers
I just got
are
chills.
like beating on top of the car and like, oh my God, this is so freaking epic.
That's
and
insane.
then also it comes back to it, right? So they got all these Pro Mod cars that are just built to race. Like that's all they are.
Yeah.
And then in the finals, ours is a street car, has air conditioning, has heat, has radio, and then Throttle. They beat a Pro Mod car too.
With their Viper?
They beat a Pro Mod with their Viper, and their Viper was quick.
Oh, shit.
Quick. And
they were also so freaking excited, but also like the YouTube part of me was also like, they're really, really excited because they're like, oh, this is a great YouTube video.
Yeah.
Anyway, we line up again, and I beat that guy. I beat the second guy, and our third run is Throttle in this Viper. And this Viper had just beat a Pro Mod that was really, really quick, probably quicker than the Crub Builds car that I just beat.
Also, the guy driving could drive. Ricky can really drive.
Yeah.
Like
Ricky Solo, he's on Throttle. I think he's still there.
Yeah.
He can drive. And like he was in there and he was driving that car and he was doing a damn good job that day. Anyway.
But man, even with like the extra power and stuff, that Viper is like so sketchy to drive at its limit.
Dude, the Viper was sketchy and he was driving it to its limit. But that car probably had, I think they said it dynoed at like 800 horsepower.
Oh, so you had like
tire,
almost double.
900 horsepower to the tire.
Yeah.
It was, but he was a lot lighter. He might have been 1,000 pounds lighter.
That's true.
Because I was fat. Anyway, we get up there and we're going to race and the car is hot. So take in mind, we just have done a couple races and the car is like really, really
got a
hot.
little heat sink going on.
And you can smell the clutch. The clutch just smells awful in the car. So we've got like fans on top of the car pointing at it. We got a generator sitting on the roof running the car. Oh, the fans. And we're spraying nitrous at the bell housing.
Also, by the way, one detail that's like lost. Every person that we beat joins our team.
Yeah, every person we beat.
So everyone we beat, like the
this
things
is literally
overheating.
A movie.
Yes, I know. Like this is what I'm saying. Like people in the comment section of this YouTube video were like, I cried watching this video. Like it was so good.
It was the most wildest thing.
They were like, so Demonology. He comes over. He's like, you take my gas.
Have you ever met Demonology?
No,
dude. He is a character, an absolute character. His name's Herman. He's an awesome dude. Awesome dude. He comes over and he lost to the Viper, and he had a Pro Mod drag racing car, and all he does is drag racing. He knows his way around drag.
Yeah.
He comes over and he's like,
I won't snatch your soul.
No, he lost.
He's a soul.
He lost to Corrupt Builds. That's what it was, and we beat Corrupt Builds. And he comes over and he's like, you need gas? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what kind you run? I'm like 98 or E98. I'm like, same shit I run. I'll be right back. And he comes over with his gas truck. He's like, use my gas and beat him.
And then after we beat him, he's like, I'll take credit for that. He'd use my gas.
Hell yeah.
He used my gas. That was me. He could have done it with my go-go juice. And he was like so hyped. And then everyone that we kind of beat or kind of got out of the competition was started helping us. Freddie Tavares started helping us. He started helping us. Even Corrupt Build started helping us.
Oh, man.
And like, we shut the car off.
This is like the Avengers.
So like at the very final of the final race between the Viper and ours, everyone else that like we had beat was helping us push the car to the start line.
That's so cool.
The car is sitting there. We got the fans on it. We're letting it try to cool down. It's super hot. You can smell the clutch. You can just smell the cars being super hot. And we're pushing it to the start line. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, guys, I don't normally get competitive, but I'm going to freaking send it. And we dial up the nitrous kit as high as it goes. Like we had it on like 70% duty cycle. We dial it all the way up.
Oh, man.
No delay, no nothing. And it's got a pedal switch on it. So as soon as I go full throttle, it's going to go on.
Oh, shit.
So we line up and I look over to Ricky. I'm like, dude, this is a badass race. And he's like, yeah, it is. This is badass. I'm like, hell yeah. And I'm like, well, whoever wins, may the best man win kind of thing. And we get there and we fire up the car and the car is running great. But it's hot. You smell the clutch. You smell everything. And take in mind, we've run the car like 4 or 5 runs now on this stock clutch with like 1,400 horsepower. And I wrap it up to about 2,000 and I just dump the clutch and the car goes, hunkers down and I kind of pedal it for half a second.
Yeah.
And then I floor it and the car just, whoa, and then I slam into second gear, and slam it to third gear and got out there and I beat the Viper by maybe a bumper.
That's incredible.
Like barely beat it.
That's so insane.
And that's how I won. But
that's
like
so
that was
cool, man.
That was and take in mind, this car just won and it was the day before sitting in the press booth with no transmission in it.
I was just thinking as soon as it crosses the finish line that angry dude from Motor Trend's probably like, well, it doesn't look great.
Yeah, no. Like it was like the guy that was trying to get us there. Yeah, he was way nicer after that. He's like,
okay.
He comes over, he's like, yeah, you won, buddy. Come get the trophy.
We're all friends. We're also friends. And like,
cool.
Sorry about that.
I get that. Yeah, he come apologize and he's like, I'm just trying to do my job. I'm like, I get it. And he's like, you got to come up and get the trophy. I'm like, there's a trophy? And I'm like, I never even thought we'd even get close to the trophy. So I didn't even know there was one. We get the trophy and we're standing there and I'm just like, it was the weirdest moment because it all got quiet. It just got silent.
Yeah.
They hand us the trophy and we like walk into the crowd to head towards like they have this part where all like the Dodge people are at.
So
like the whole crowd doesn't say a word as we're walking past.
There's a VIP booth up at the top of the hill. And I'm like so tired and so exhausted.
Yeah.
And I just put the car back in the staging lanes. And I got the trophy and I'm holding my helmet and I walk towards the crowd. And it's like the most surreal movie-like thing I've ever seen.
Are people like partying?
The crowd just parts and no one says a word.
That is so bizarre.
everyone just like some people's like, dude, hell yeah, you did it kind of like thing. But it was just like this like somber moment of like, dude, you did it. And I walk up to the VIP booth and we sit down and then one of the execs from Dodge and be like, God dang, I didn't imagine that. I didn't think you'd be doing that. I really didn't think you would win.
I was going to say the same thing. It was like so quiet. Like it was the most bizarre thing.
That is so bizarre.
They watched this whole race and everything.
Take in mind, people are screaming, cheering. Yeah. And there's just like this calm after the storm where everybody's like, you did it, dude.
That's so awesome. That's such an incredible story and something that probably doesn't, like, it's hard to convey in a YouTube video.
Oh, dude.
But like that, like I got chills multiple times during that story and it's such a cool experience. That's why you're the 2025 SEMA Creator of the Year, you guys.
Yeah.
Congrats. I never even brought it up. We didn't really even talk about YouTube, but we are almost out of time right now. I just wanted to
like I said, we're really good at talking. But no, thank you. Like I honestly, SEMA was super awesome. I didn't think whenever we went to it, I'm like, okay, we got invited to a award show.
Hold on a second. You got another hour?
Yeah. You got another hour? I'll keep
we started talking about SEMA and everything there.
Yeah, we did a lot at SEMA. We did a lot of road.
Because I started thinking about a bunch of different things at SEMA.
But I mean, the level that you guys operate.
Epic.
Yeah. The level that you guys operate, not just on production for YouTube, but like your production for fixing cars, modifying stuff. The volume that you do it is staggering and it's crazy and it's very inspiring. So hats off to you guys for, finally getting recognition for it. Like the second ever Creator of the Year for SEMA, by the way. That's a new award, and I'm glad you guys got it.
Big shoes to fill after Chris Fix. I mean,
Dude, I mean, I don't know if you guys were inspired by him, but like people at Donut for years were like,
I always
reference
watched his
him.
stuff whenever I was trying to learn how to do stuff. And all, like, there was so many. And he's such a nice dude.
He is so nice. And the one thing I will say that most people will never, like get a chance to verify is the voice coming from his face doesn't match his face.
No.
Isn't it? But I was like,
it's also weird because like I've met him. I know what his face looks like.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows what his face looks like because he's always wearing the helmet. But like it doesn't match. But then he puts the helmet on and he says, "Hey guys, and Chris Fix here."
I know.
Like, there he is.
It's him.
It's him. And he walked up to me without his helmet. He's like, "Hey dude, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, hey, what's up, man?" And I talked to him for 10 minutes, didn't know who he was.
And then
he's like, "You know who I am, right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't." He's like, "I'm Chris Fix." I'm like, "Bro, where's your helmet?"
Yeah.
But he was so nice. But
It's like meeting the steak without his helmet.
it is like meeting the stick without his
exactly.
helmet. You know what's wild about it is I don't really think about it until like I actually take a moment to take a step back and think about it, because we have built so many crazy things.
Yeah.
And we've built more crazy things than anyone else. And it's wild.
Actually, I'm kind of curious about this from your perspective, because like one of the craziest things we did last year was the killer cone or the unstoppable truck.
Yes.
What did you think? Like, did you watch that when it came out? What did you think of?
I thought it was insane, and I was like, "You guys are geniuses." I really wanted to pick your brain about this because you guys walk such a perfect line between what I'll call nutritional YouTube content, where you're actually like showing people what you're doing to these cars, and it's not just like candy,
Mm-hmm.
Candy's the opposite, where
You got the steak and you got the potatoes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are like so perfect in the middle of that, where you can do stuff where this like huge viral spectacle of putting a cow catcher on the front of a semi and running through a bunch of shit. And anyone can see that and be like, whoa, that's incredible. Then you go to your channel and you have like all these in-depth videos. Like, how do you fill out a calendar for a year and say, all right, we're going to do this kind of stuff, but we got to do, the viral stuff. We have to do this stuff as well. And is there any process to that, or is it kind of just like as you go?
They're
I think we just, for me, like just stuff that we get interested in.
It's definitely stuff we get interested in, but you got to count like a lot of this stuff. Some of these builds will take 6 months.
Yeah.
And
we got one now that nobody knows about. This can probably take a year.
yeah, we got one now that we're building. It's probably going to take a year. It's probably going to take a year from today. And we've had it for 3 months already.
Holy crap.
And it's going to be the biggest thing we've ever built, or coolest thing we ever built. Well, not the biggest, but the coolest. And, but whenever you're thinking about that stuff, we have like, okay, we know we want to do these things, And Garrett's idea was the cone. Garrett's like, we need to build
I take ownership of the cone. And like, honestly, at some points I didn't want it because the day the shoot came, right? So like, when you watch the video, I mean, obviously you're in production, so you understand like how hard it is. How do you get 30 cars out there?
Yeah.
How do you get all the motorhomes? Like there's like so much setup, and we had 30 plus cameras filming, and then we had this slow-mo drone, and then we rigged up a camera on the side of a truck. And
it's like Gymkhana level production.
Dude, and like I'm driving the truck.
He did all the production on this.
Wow.
Like, I got to stop him for a second. He did all the production on this. And that's the thing is like Garrett, every once in a while, he's like, we're going to shoot something cool. And I'm like, and he just slides in, and then we produce this epic thing. And the thing is like, if you do a good job, no one notices. That's like the ultimate. If you do a really good job with production value, it's supposed to be so seamless, no one notices.
Yeah.
But that episode, the actual segment of us hitting those cars, is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen on YouTube.
It is amazing.
And I was just driving it. I didn't film it. He filmed it.
So like on the backstory on that, obviously we got all the cameras set up, and we have a truck rigged with a Rona 4D on the back and a Hydra system. So basically and I have a guy sitting in passenger seat operating the camera, because I'm like, I didn't trust anybody else to drive the truck, because I'm like, you need to pace it just right.
Yeah.
Because like it's everything. And then so the camera operator's like, no, it's recording. It's recording. And you only got one shot. We've spent like a week and a half setting up all this stuff. And he's like, no, it's recording. So I'm like, you're sure it's recording? I'm like, look at it. Okay, it's all red. It's all good. Like, we're good to go. And also because that's your most important shot, is that shot where you're driving beside the truck.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there thinking about it because my mom was like really, really worried. And she's like, Gary, you freaking idiot. Why the hell did you come up with this idea?
You're going to get Weston killed.
And like the thing
you're going to get him killed.
And then I'm sitting there and like, I'm just so worried. Like, I'm so worried. I'm almost like I'm just so incredibly nervous that it'll go wrong. Like, because what people don't see there is it's a World War II runway and there's
expansion joints
are this big. And so if the thing digs in, you know, a lot of stuff can go bad or something come underneath the semi and flip it and like, you know, something horrible happen. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, this is all my idea. If it goes really, I'm like, you know,
basically if it goes wrong, it's his fault.
Yeah, no, like I'd feel like.
I love that the person you're most worried about is your mom coming down on you.
Not just that, but I'm like, I'm also worried all the way around, but like she's making me like really think about it because like you kind of like, it's this thing that's taken so many months. You know, like, okay, you're working on it, and then the day comes to film it, and then like it's that time to do it, and then like okay, and it's like 3, 2, 1, like go. And so then I start to drive, and then I'm looking at the camera and I'm looking in the rearview mirror because also bear in mind when he hits it,
the danger doesn't even set in for me until I put the truck in gear.
Yeah,
and like I didn't even think about it. My mind's still on like, okay, the cameras are good, Garrett's got that. All that's up. I'm waiting for them to tell me that the drone's flying and I can take off. I'm like, okay, I set all the cars up right. I've got we designed an axle to go underneath the front of that to kind of keep it from digging into the concrete.
Okay.
Worst case scenario. And I'm like, okay, that's good. We got the expanded metal. I'm like, all right, good. GoPro's going. Good. All right. Sitting there. And about that time, they're like, okay, go. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. And I'm like, this is sooner than I thought.
Also, we had to get going quickly. Like, there's like so many comments about like this visor, like Weston's visor, but we were in a rush because we had this like really slow motion camera that records in 1,000 frames per second, and you have to have a lot of light for this thing to work. And so the drone operator's like, hey, if we don't go in the next 10 minutes, we're not gonna have enough light to do this. And so like we're all hurrying, and so that's where everybody's running around making sure everything's good to go. And then so it's like 3, 2, 1. Go. And so I start to drive and pace the truck, and like I'm driving right beside. And also
they tell me to go. They tell me to go, and as soon as I put it in gear and start going, they're like, go, everything's ready. I'm like, okay, I'm going. So I forget to put my visor down on my helmet.
Oh shit! So
I throw it in gear, and I'm rolling through the gears, and it's a 10-speed semi. Like I was telling you about earlier. And it's a 500 horsepower Caterpillar underneath the hood, makes 1,700 foot-pounds of torque.
Damn.
10-speed. I get it into about 9th gear. And I'm coming up to 6 cars staggered like this. And I'm like, oh God, this is the first moment I'm going to impact some stuff with this thing. And it's absolutely terrifying. And
I agree. I was terrified. I was in the car right here next to him.
Yeah.
And like also because you also got to pace it and have like the exact right moment.
Sure.
So like I'm like looking at the monitor to see how the shot is looking, and then I'm looking back to see where the truck is, because also like if I'm not in the right spot, the cars flip to the side.
If he's too far forward, he's too far away to go to your shot. If he's too far back, he's going to get hit by a car.
Yeah.
So it takes like so many people in unison to make this.
And then also on top of that, I had Kyle, our Australian friend, in the back, and he was with the
he was back there with
iPad. And so like, you know, they hit the first initial wave of cars, and I'm like looking, and then my operator's like, there's something wrong. Something's went wrong. He slowed down. Oh my God, like something's went wrong. And I'm like, what? Oh God. Like, and I've been worried about it all day.
Well, anyway.
And then I'm like trying to look at the monitor, and the way he's holding, I can't quite see it. And I'm trying to look in the mirror, and then I'm trying to look at the monitor, and like, you know, time's passing so quickly. And by the time I look up, the damn thing's right next to me. And I'm like,
so what happened is I hit them first 6 cars. So I hit 3, 6, 12, maybe 18,000 pounds worth of cars.
Yeah.
18,000 pounds worth of cars. It deflects it off. I lose a bunch of speed because I didn't have the thing in full throttle. I was just I got to 70 and I was kind of coasting along at 70. And it slows it down.
You were at 70 miles per hour?
I probably was at 70 when I hit those first cars.
That way makes way more sense why you're going like you're trying to get out of the way of all the debris and stuff.
Oh, dude. It was, well, that wasn't even that. It was just the fact of whenever I'd hit.
Oh, yeah. You're
me side to
jarring
side
you around.
Anyway, I hit those cars. I get down to about 40. And then I'm like, I gotta go. So I put the hammer all the way down on this thing, and the motor goes boo, and diesel's take a minute.
Yeah.
But this thing builds a boost, and it just starts freight train.
If you notice, if you watch that video back, after that first initial hit, he kind of hits it without the throttle fully in. But after that, everything he hits, he's not losing. He's gaining speed. So he's hitting it and then going faster and faster.
Semis are incredible things. Nobody realizes how much power they have. But I hit them first cars, slow down to about 40. I hammer down this thing, go boom, 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 boom. And I know we've spaced all these things at intervals of like 50 to 75 feet away from each other. So that I'm hearing it go bang, 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 bang.
I was
And
just
like I'm
getting
starting to
faster and
speed
faster.
up. And I can feel it. And the whole truck is just violently shaking. And it's literally the cabs thrown off one side to another. And then about that time, I hit 2 cars and a boat. And the boat comes by the driver's side window, rips the mirror off of the truck, busts out the driver's side window, and comes in and lands in my lap
Oh my God.
while I'm driving this thing. So I grab the mirror, throw it in the passenger seat, and hang back on. And I'm just absolutely cooking, right? Cooking. And about that time, I look over and I'm like, oh my God, the camera truck's right there.
Oh shit.
And he's over there just realizing that I'm starting to speed up. And if he slows down any more, these cars are going to come over and land on the camera truck. And he finally speeds up. I can see he gets on it. And about that time, I'm coming down through there and I hit this RV, and this RV flings off and then comes down to the end. There's this big old camper trailer. And I come down to that camper trailer and I'm like, oh God. And I hit this camper trailer and it demolishes it into 1,000 pieces. And it had the stupid shower tank underneath.
The
And it was-
plastic.
the plastic water tank, or it might have been the clean water tank. I don't know, but the water had set in it for probably years because it smelled awful.
God, no.
So we might have edited it out, but I hit that RV and it smelled so bad. I literally come to a stop and the truck's rear axle locked up. And I come to a stop. I'm like, yeah. Oh God. And I try to get out of it, and the door is bent from where the boat hit it. So I can't really get out of the door. So I finally get out of the door, and I get down. I take my helmet off, and Garrett comes over, and he's like, are you okay? Are you good? And he's like, I was so worried that this was going to be bad.
Oh, my
I
God.
was so worried he's gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Anyway, well,
I was so excited that it was like once it we went through all of it, I was like, the whole team. You've never seen so many people so excited. And just from watching the rear view mirror, it was and then I seen it there and it hitting stuff in person. You see it in video, but it was the most incredible thing I ever seen in person.
Insane. And you know what? Now that you say it, the first hit, it was almost it seemed intentional that you slowed down and then sped up, because it looked so cinematic, and it also made it more dynamic of a shot.
Yeah.
Because you're hitting it, you kind of you're the first one, it's way more impact than I thought. Then you just bulldoze through everything.
I think at that point you're
insane.
oh, I'm good. I can do
yeah,
this.
I just
Yeah.
hit
You hit
20,000.
the first-
I hit 20,000 pounds worth of cars. I'm like, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Whoa! And
That's awesome.
it's straight piped a Caterpillar, and it's over there just singing in my ear. I'm like, okay. It was so cool. But
Also, the whole team worked so hard on that project. Then every single person was there, like the whole team. You've never seen a group of people more happy than after that was done with. And it was all
so cool.
well,
success.
that's the thing too. Is it may not look like it. That video took us 6 months from the day we started on to the day we filmed it. So maybe a little longer.
And I think that's pretty quick. To be
And that
honest.
was pretty quick for what that was, because that was a lot. And it took 6 months for that. And you were at the compound earlier, whatever.
Yeah.
And you've seen it. But if you ever actually look at it, that thing is so well engineered. It has I forget what the kind of steel it's in. Our engineer put it in there, but the tip of it's made out of high magnesium steel. So every time
crap.
you hit it, it gets harder.
What?
Yeah.
It sounds like something from
basically
Marvel.
indestructible. Yeah.
Literally the front tip of that cone.
Yeah.
Watch that cone and the way that it handles the damage versus the one Mythbusters built.
Mhm.
At the end of it, Mythbusters is absolutely mangled. Ours has a couple dents in the bottom.
That's crazy.
So Garrett got the idea from GTA mostly, and then Mythbusters. But I'm like, we need to build one that actually is tough. And that thing weighs 4,500 pounds, that cone by itself.
Wow. That's a full Dodge Charger with
It's a full Dodge Charger.
dumbbells on the back.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
I mean, that's redneck science for you, right?
Dude, it is redneck. And what's funny is you've seen so many people seeing the cone, and they're like, and we have redneck science stickers on the side. I'm like, redneck science? What is that? I'm like, dude. And a lot of people over the time have asked me, what's redneck science? And I'm like, you know what? It's a great excuse to do dumb stuff.
I think
That's what it is.
such
It's a great excuse to do dumb stuff, and it's a great excuse to have fun.
It's kind of a reductive vision of your channel, because you do put so much thought and so much engineering and so much production value into your videos. And I think it's it's very charming to call it redneck science because there's so much that goes into it. You know, like I really respect what you guys do.
Well, and also another thing that's kind of interesting about it is whenever we make a video, we like to have this thing of like we're kind of goofing off.
Yeah.
And then you'll see how well we can produce something.
And I think that's the charm of your channel is like you're doing the work because you had to chop logs to get here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you had to sell 1 million cars to get here. And you know how to put the work in to make quality content. And I think that's what translates to the fans. And you guys have 5 million fans right now.
Just at 5 million on YouTube.
Yeah, congrats. So
Dude, it's wild.
I
I couldn't do it without the people that support us and watch. And there's nothing about me that's self-made. I 100% have people around me that just make me look really good, like Garrett and the rest of our team. And they work really, really hard. And like, you know, obviously we all work hard, but it all comes together.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being my first guests on Talk Nation.
Yep. No, you're welcome.
I couldn't have thought of any two better guests than you guys. This has been so much fun. And thank you for having me at your compound.
Oh, dude. No, thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming to Kansas. And also, you know, breaking in the podcast studio. So we're starting a podcast of our own, and we've filmed a couple episodes, and we're going to start releasing them. But we haven't gotten quite that far yet. But at least the set's getting in good use.
That's right.
I love this set. The bricks look real.
Weighed those sheet by sheet.
Wait, those are real. What are you talking
Oh yeah. Sorry, the real brick. They look
if
really
you zoom
brick.
out, maybe it looks a little better, but
They're not the best realness, but I got them hung up right. They don't want to fall on anybody.
well,
What's the name of your podcast?
we don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
So
That would be a great name.
We don't know yet.
check out the Champlin Brothers podcast whenever it comes out.
Champlin's Corner.
Champlin's Corner, and check out their YouTube. Obviously, subscribe if you haven't already.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know.
That's the name.
let me tell you something.
Well, we always say, let me tell you
What
something.
about Long Story Short?
Oh, man, I do say that one a lot. I do say that one a lot. Make sure you follow Talk Nation on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you watch your podcast, because this has been an absolute riot, and he's a great host.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I know.
You can't see me right now, but
Yeah,
I
I know.
approve.
Guys, he's a great host, but his camera died. Don't worry about that.
All right, we'll see you next week. Thank you for
We'll
watching.
just grab the big camera. We'll bring it over.
All right, let's go do burnouts in the parking lot.